past the creaky metal gates, through the fog-enveloped graveyard, you find yourself on the rickety old porch of a long-forgotten home. Beyond the threshold sits a man obsessed, a tortured soul, cursed to discover all about the Southern California haunt community and beyond. You have now entered the domain of the Creepcast with Rick Creeper. You're listening to the Creepcast.
We did a sound check, right? No, we're going to keep this.
We're going to keep this.
We did a sound check.
We did a couple of sound checks, actually, yeah.
I think we should do another one right now.
You want a sound... A provando.
Sí, provando. Uno, dos. Sí. Do the...
Sybilis.
Sybilis.
The old Tom Hanks.
Universal Studios in Spanish.
Hola, bienvenidos a Universal... What?
Nailed
Don't ever throw me off like that.
Hey guys, it's Rick again. We're back at it. This is the Creepcast. We're just messing around. You know, we're trying to change up the format. I'm here with producer and co-host Emmanuel Manjivar, aka Menji. Say hello.
Hello, greetings, hi.
And we're here with our guest of the night, Dino Battaglia. There we go. I just butchered it again.
No, you got it.
You got it.
Okay.
Good.
Trust yourself.
I got to be more confident. Thanks, Dino. Dino is a host and content creator from Perception Studio, which you can find on Twitch and YouTube. Actor, barista, Knott's Berry Farm player, D&D nerd, fashionable man. I like the Young Frankenstein T-shirt.
Thank you. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I seen that movie. It was at the time. It was called the Strawberry Bowl. It's the Garden Amphitheater now in downtown Garden Grove.
Yeah.
I went Halloween night and it was all spooky and they had like alcohol. And I got pretty trashed. And they had an inflatable screen on the stage and they showed Young Frankenstein.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was so cool. Dude, they had like spooky lights and like, whoa, welcome. It was a creature feature night. And they haven't. This was back in 2015.
What's the next one?
They do concerts now.
Yeah, I just went to the Garden Amp. The last Friday the 13th during Halloweenish. No, it wasn't Halloween. It was during the summer Sizzler.
Okay.
It was the very first annual Summer Sizzler. It was a ska concert with who's the headliner? Bite Me Bambi was the headliner from Long Beach. Scott Kloppenstein was playing. He's the trumpet player from Real Big Fish.
Okay.
Him and his band, the Littlest Man Band, were playing, and this old band, the Scholars from before Real Big Fish Times, was there, and the Ruffalos were also there.
Dino's big time into ska like us.
I am.
So.
Huge,
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys like ska, really?
Oh yeah, I do. I grew up punk rock, rockabilly, psychobilly.
Nice.
Now I'm like rockabilly light with comfortable shoes. I retired the Creepers and Doc Martens.
First wave, third wave, ska revival.
Are you asking?
Big into revival. Oh, no. I'm listing off my bona fides.
Oh, got it.
The listeners at home in Canada, they're like, what's ska?
What's a ska?
Oh, you better know what ska is.
My kids know what ska is, so that's all that matters.
Exactly.
Jeez, we just fell off the rails in the first 5 minutes of the show.
It doesn't take long. This is what happens when you bring me on. Do you know the name of my last podcast?
That's true.
Is it called Off the Rails?
It's called Gaming Tangents. It was a video game podcast where we do our best to stay on topic.
Man, it doesn't happen.
That's what happens when you bring me on, baby. That's fair.
So for the folks at home, Dino, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Dino Battaglia. Very close. You did a good job.
Oh, thank you.
I've. Oh gosh, what do you want me to say? Currently, you nailed it on. You hit the nail on the head. I'm a content creator, host, producer, whatever you want to call it, from Perception Studio. Very lucky to hang out with my friends there who own the studio. I get to do a talk show Thursday mornings. Right now, we're moving to Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Pacific, with two of my felted friends, puppets, the uninitiated. Chunk and Cucumber, we have on guests on the show, and that's basically where they all found me. But yeah, I'm a performer. I perform at Knott's Berry Farm. I've done various other gigs. I'm a barista. I work at Starbucks currently, and I've done a lot of stuff over the years, and it's hard to define myself by what I do, because I've done so many things. So I like to say that I'm a storyteller.
And like jack of all trades. Yeah, very creative.
Master of none.
It's great.
Storyteller.
Yeah, I'm a storyteller. Whether or not it's my story that I'm telling, or I'm helping you tell your story. That's
perfect.
That's what I do.
Dig it. I get so mad at work. There's a cold spot at work for the Wi-Fi. So on Sundays when I'm watching Thursday when I'm watching Perception Studios, it like kind of like buffers a little bit. And so I get so mad. I'm like, son of a... So I have to go like to the office for like 9 o'clock to 10, pretend I'm on the computer instead of being like in the field working on the equipment. So yeah.
Like, leave me alone, Cheryl. Much chap time.
Well, do you know who's on right now? It's like...
I'm honored.
So how long you been with Perception Studio?
So I started with them really in 2020. I had just got into D&D in 2019.
Okay.
I had a bad breakup after years of being together at the end of 2019, and I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to play D&D. I've always wanted to get into it. So I like watched like 120 episodes of Critical Role in a matter of 6 months. Like I like binged the shit out of it. Right. Am I allowed to cuss? I don't know what this is.
Yeah, dude. We're all adults here.
Okay, great. I'm not sure what the audience is. I don't know how many 10-year-olds in Canada are listening.
Maybe there's like...
Three. There's three.
10-year-olds in Canada?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like 2% of my audience. So.
Oh, great.
And apparently India, I have listeners too. So.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Hey. Well, hello from California.
From California.
And also shit.
And also shit. So it was, yes, I watched a lot of Critical Role, and finally I went to some friends and I was like, I gotta play D&D. And so none of us had ever played before. And the only thing I knew about it was that I watched a whole bunch of Critical Role. Mm-hmm. I read through the player's handbook like an idiot. Like, who does that? I read the entire thing. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, and then we started playing D&D, and then I was talking to Danny Montooth, who's one of the owners of the studio. He and I worked together at Knott's Berry Farm, and we'd been talking about D&D for a while, and one day he just called me randomly. He's like, hey, we have an open spot in a kind of a one-shot in our world that we're doing Salen's Legacy, and we need some players. Are you free to come over to the studio in like 2 hours? And I was like, yeah, sure. And so I played a game of D&D with Danny is the DM. Ryan, who's one of the other owners of the studio, was playing. He's the DM for Perception Check with all the puppets. And Justin Shavers, who's a regular on the show, on the channel as well. And then we all got together, and I was like, oh great, we're gonna play D&D. I'm so excited. And he's like, hey guys, I got TJ coming. I was like, what? TJ who? And he said TJ Storm. And I don't know if you'd recognize the name, but he's a big D guy too. He's a stunt actor, mocap actor. He's the new Godzilla. He was Darth Vader in Fallen Order, the Jedi Fallen Order game. Mm-hmm. He's done a whole bunch of stuff, and he's a big D&D guy. Like, he plays with all the big wigs in the D&D gaming world right now that are streaming and stuff like that. Cool. But he walked in and I was like, I've seen you on Critical Role. Like, I know who that is.
That's crazy.
Like, and so that was my first thing at Perception. I just was like blown away. I was like, this is what you guys do? Shit! Like, I'm cool. This is awesome.
I want to play D&D on a stream. That'd be so cool. I mean, yeah.
And we're always looking for players. We'll talk after.
I'm not that good.
No, you don't have to be good. Have you seen what we do? We're not good.
Just to let you know, we are the heavy role players in our campaign.
Well, then you'll get along fine.
They'll sit there and they'll like, either they're like this, captivated, or they're on their computers looking at Facebook. I'm like, yeah. They're like, there they go. There goes Rick and Minji, and they're role playing for 2 hours. Yeah, and then we do our voices, and like in a week in advance. So, hey, dude, so do you want to role play a little bit this week? And it's like, yeah, so.
Nice. But yeah, so I started with that, and then eventually the pandemic hit a few months later, and they were looking for content stuff, and they were like, hey, we want to do this talk show thing. We have an idea for like a rolling host, so like it wouldn't be the same host every time, it'd be the same two puppets every time, but the host would change instead of a guest. And so they're like, do you want to be the test guest, like the test host, like the first one? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then literally after the first one, they're like, hey, do you want to just do it? And I was like, okay. And so we started doing it with just the three of us, maybe four of us if they had somebody else on the show. And then we're like, what if we get people on the show? And so we started bringing in special guests, and it was all virtual and everything. And it ended up being like super fun, and we really liked it. And that became like my responsibility in a way, is just like getting that show together. We all kind of contribute as far as getting guests on the show, but I'm the one that really drives the what happens on the day of and everything, the content, what stuff we talk about. for the most part. I keep it like you're doing more work than I do. Like I look into stuff and I like research things, but I mostly like I have a couple questions in mind, but I like really organic. I like just like, okay, let's just have a conversation. If I miss something, I miss something. That's cool. It's only an hour. We're gonna miss stuff. And then on top of that, we have other things we do in the hour. Like we start doing like improv games and things like that, and BuzzFeed articles and quizzes and shit like that. And so it evolved to become kind of a way for us to do something besides D&D, something that we can actually interact with our chat and have them get to know us and the people that we know, and then to potentially bring in new people to the studio that might want to stick around and do some other stuff. And like, or show off our friends. Like that's the one thing I really like, is I get to bring people on the show that are like, that do something cool. Like one of my friends is, she's currently the fabricator, for the, Gene Simmons's armor in Kiss.
That's pretty cool.
Wow. Yeah. And on top of that, she also works with Jim Henson as a fabricator and everything. So she's incredible. And she'll never tell anybody that stuff, but she's awesome. And I was like, hey, you want to be on my show? And she was like, yeah, I'd love to. And we got to talk about all that stuff and then not let other people. And it was so cool. But, so yeah, that's how that world. And then from there, we did the Trash Your Piece theater show where we were looking for other stuff to do. So we were like, oh, let's do like plays and but just read them, and like, well, a way to get money is to have the chat like interact with us and make us do shit and give us money so we can keep the lights on and everything. And that became a big thing, and we started bringing more and more people into that, and that was a lot of fun. And so it just kind of snowballed, and I started doing more and started playing D&D, and then I started running games on stream, which was weird for me. I never thought I would like be in charge of like any kind of tabletop role-playing game, because like right now, like D&D is what we all think of it. I've only run D&D once on Perception, but I've run like 6 games. Okay. A bunch of other stuff, and it's been like a passion project that's not even my project. It's their project, but I get to be a part of it. And I want to keep doing it. Like I don't care. We don't pay ourselves. We pay for rent. We pay for equipment and stuff like that. We don't get paid for what we do. We just do it because it's fun.
Very passionate about it.
And that's the long story of what.
Well, you answer questions 1 through 10, so that's great. Did I really?
All right, show's over.
Thank you guys for coming on. Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Oh, great. I'm a.
No, that's great, man.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
that's
good.
An amazing story.
I can vamp about pasta for an hour if you want to make it.
That's cool. Hey, I've been trying to cut out carbs, but we could talk about it. That's cool, dude. So for those that might not know Perception 2, you guys do streaming D&D games, board games, tabletop, and then you have multiple campaigns going on, and it's on Twitch and on YouTube as well, right?
Yes, we stream live to Twitch mostly. There was a while where we kind of split it up, but it's back pretty much all to Twitch. And then eventually they all go onto YouTube as well, and that's our archive of everything, because we put it on YouTube. Cool. Yeah, right now I think the YouTube videos are getting a little delayed because there's a lot of people getting gigs now that the world's open up again, and a lot of us are performers or work in the industry, so it's been opening up and getting busier for everybody. And then Ryan, who usually does all the video stuff and posting to YouTube, got a big boy job doing 3D printing and stuff and building building models with for I think it was a plane company. I can't remember what it is now. Ryan, if you're listening, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Also, we miss you, Ryan.
Yes, we do. But we're moving our show to Sunday, so Ryan will be there again. So he'll be back. Yeah, that's why one of the reasons why we're moving the show to Sunday, so that he can have his big boy job and still play with us.
Chunk's very bad at pushing buttons.
He's terrible. He's awful. He's fine if that's just what he's doing, but he's doing button pushing and also being on the show, and that's when his brain goes.
Yeah, that's a lot lot to handle.
It is true.
Yeah. I wouldn't know nothing about that,
especially at like 9 o'clock in the morning.
You definitely have to have coffee first.
Yeah.
You guys were just at WonderCon last weekend, correct? How did that go?
It was my first time at WonderCon. I was thrilled. But they were doing a panel with some friends of the channel from Hyper. Some of them were working with Hyper RPG, but it's JPG is the guy that pretty much is in charge of that panel, and it was the four Felted friends from Perception plus JPG and his wife Alex, and then Cole, who's also been on the channel, and they did a pop culture fantasy draft.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. But yeah, it was just a blast to go in and meet people, talk to people. I went to a tabletop panel about the business of tabletop and how it's been like booming. I got to meet people like Markia McCarty, who's big in the industry, works with Hyper, and also is like the marketing manager of Hunters Games, I think is what it's called. Ivan Van Norman, who's the head of Darrington Press, Critical Roles.
That's cool.
Cool. Thing. He was also on that panel, and oh my gosh, I forgot her name. I feel bad if she ever listens.
It always happens. You're on mic. You forget everything. Yeah.
She runs. She's one of the head people in Renegade Games, who did like Clank, and they're doing the Transformers RPG and G.I. Joe, stuff like that. But so it was a great time. Got to meet a lot of artists. People that I've seen already, been on my show already, but also like new people. I like going to events like that, like Midsummer Scream. I like talking to the artists and talking to the vendors and getting to know people. And we mentioned earlier, like I'm a storyteller. You know, it's what I do. I like to tell my story, but I also like to help tell other people's stories and share in that. So I like to hear what other people have to say and where did you come from? What started that? Why did you get there? And that's why I like Chat Time so much, is because I get to show other people off and let them tell their story.
Funny side note. So you said you started D&D, started playing D&D in 2019.
Yeah.
I stopped playing in I'm older. I'm an old man. I stopped playing in the 90s in high school, and it was Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, which I think eventually became 2nd edition.
Yeah.
Nice.
Stopped playing, and then flash forward 2016, 2017. I'm like, man, I want to do something. I had that bug years ago. I discovered the Medieval Combat League.
What?
So Medieval Combat League is a bunch of dudes that meet up. There's teams. There's the Los Angeles Knights. There's like the New York Executioners. There's regional teams, national and international. All your armor is regulated. Your padding, your weapons are blunted, but it's either like 1-on-1, 4-on-4, or like 10-on-10.
Nice.
And they fight like in an arena, and it's like, halyards, swords, axes, some like blunt weapons like maces. Like you're full on geared out like a knight.
Okay.
I was like, yes. I joined the Los Angeles Knights. I'm gonna go practice in Burbank.
How much is from, by the way?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, how much does this cost? They're like, well, low end, you're looking about $6,500 to about maybe high end $10,000 for armor. I'm like, oh,
gross. No longer in the Los Angeles Knights.
And I just bought a brand new Dodge Charger, a sports car. I'm like, I just bought a $40,000 car. Where am I going to put this armor? And they're like, yeah, Rick, you're a big guy. Your armor is going to be custom fitted. It's going to cost you 10 plus. And we practice in Burbank. I'm like, yes, shoot. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, what's an alternative to getting this medieval bug, this fantasy lore bug? I'm like, you know what? I'm going to look into playing D&D again. And I started listening to Critical Role.
Nice.
When it was on Geek and Sundry still. In 2016, 2017. So I came into Campaign 2 midway.
Yeah, that's about where I came in.
Right before Travis. I'm such a fucking nerd. Travis and Laura, they took off when they had a baby.
Oh, yeah. I caught up before then.
This is before, no one's going to know this cheese. This is before Molly Bach died, I think.
Oh, spoilers, guys. Come
Is it still too late for spoilers?
So I'm like, yeah, you know what, man? I used to play D&D years ago. I dig it still. I love the artwork. So I'm like, I'm going to find a D&D group. So I went on Meetup, and it's like, I found one in Huntington Beach, and I lived in Fountain Valley. It's like HB weekend D&D day. You guys want to come play? And this guy's like, hey, I host DM out of my garage. I'm a DM. I host D&D out of my garage. I'm okay, cool. So I'm like, hey, I haven't played in years. He's like, come by Friday night. We'll do a pre-generated character for you, and then we'll just jump into this campaign.
Nice.
I pull up, and I'm like, I told the story before. But
that's fine. I haven't heard it.
I haven't heard half of this story, so I'm amazed right now.
So I went from like wanting to fight with armor, like an organized like tournament league. Like we're not mounted like we're cavaliers like at medieval times. It's like
hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah. And it's like, I was like, oh my God, just give me a halyard. I'll work all these guys to death. And then I'll send you some videos. There's a Medieval Combat League. Yeah. All these guys go to Ren Fair and all that.
Sweet.
So I pull up to this house, and it's one of these houses where like the garage is detached. Typical like ranch style home. It's a long driveway. The garage is like converted to whatever, and there's the house, 1-story house. So there's this garage. There's all these dudes. There's like 3 or 4 6-foot tables put together. There's all these minis and dice towers. And I walk in. It was like the scene out of Animal House when they walk into the nightclub and the record stops. Like, everyone looks at me. And they see me. I'm this big dude with tattoos. And the guy's like, oh, are you the pizza guy? I'm like, no, I'm Rick. I was talking to Rich. And Rich is the DM. He's like, oh, yeah, dude, here, take a seat. I played with those guys for about 2.5, 3 years. Then obviously we stopped in 2020. But
yeah, that's awesome.
I went from not knowing nothing to like I was in 3 games monthly, 2 D&D campaigns, and then we did a homebrew like superhero campaign.
Nice.
Where we used the Genesis dice system.
Okay. I've heard of it.
It's a horrible dice system. It's not just numbers. It's like failures, successes, and it's a weird outcome.
Is it kind of like Star Wars kind of thing?
The same dice system used in Star Wars.
Right.
System. And it's just, dude, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Remember when Predator was about to blow himself up, when Schwarzenegger was about to kill him and he detonated this thing on his arm?
Yeah, sure.
The dice symbols look like that on his arm.
Oh, that's legible. Yeah.
The Genesis. So it was I was like in 3 campaigns to 4. Like I played one like every Friday night, the first Saturday of the month, every other Sunday, and then like Wednesday nights. And I was playing and I went from like not knowing nothing to like 5e. What's 5e?
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever happened to the thief? Though the thief's a rogue now. I'm like, who's the magic user? Well, there's warlocks, there's sorcerers, there's wizards, there's alchemists. I'm like, alchemists? What the hell?
Yeah.
I'm like, do we still have paladins? They're like, yeah. I'm like, I'll be a paladin.
Something I know.
So I ended up playing for these guys for a couple of years, and I really role play. I was just more of like a frontline guy, combat, melee, And then I'm playing. Then when things kind of toned down, we met in 2019.
Yeah, it would have been midsummer.
Yeah. And so we're just talking here, there, and then I'm like, hey, dude, I play D&D with my buddies over here. We're gonna start playing again probably. And he's like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh, that's cool.
he was anti. Like, he was not into it. And then he tells me his buddies from up north are like, hey, they're gonna start playing online. I'm like, online? Who does that?
No. You skipped a step there.
What did I skip?
You skipped the step where you were like, oh, here's an episode of Critical Role. Why don't you watch this?
Oh,
and that's how we got hooked.
I hesitate by pointing people to Critical Role. 1, because episodes are anywhere from 3 to 5 hours.
Yep.
And 2, because that is gold standard.
Right.
They're like, they do everything top notch, especially in the current season. And even the second season. But what I love to do for somebody who's like, I don't know, I'm just gonna mess around. I don't know if I want to do anything, commit to anything serious. I send them to people like the Adventure Zone. If you guys have ever heard of that.
No.
Oh, do you know the McElroy brothers? The podcast My Brother and Me, and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, that does sound really fun.
There's a bunch. They have like a whole network, and they do a whole bunch of shows with the 3 brothers and their families and stuff like that. Their dad, or 4 brothers. Shoot, I don't remember. Anyways, the Adventure Zone is their family, their brothers and their dad playing D&D. It's fucking hilarious. But the episodes are 30 minutes.
Okay, that's not bad.
And it's a lot of fuckery. It's like a very, very loose D&D rules, and just like making stories, making jokes, doing some silly stuff, and it's amazing.
Okay.
So if you guys ever checked it out, check it out. It's really funny. It's a podcast you can get it on Spotify. Like it's free. Yeah. So I tend to point people to that now, because now that I know what the game is like, and because before I was like, oh yeah, you guys gotta go watch Critical Role, and then as I started playing D&D, I was like, oh, there's so like you can get into this in such like a more base level way than that. And so like I was going into this like, oh, I gotta be Critical Role when I play, but like no, there's so much more to this. And now with like with Perception, the way we play, it's just storytelling, and then we roll the dice and do some funny stuff and deal with the chat like dropping a goddamn monster on us or something. But it's just like I learned that like it's just play, you just gotta play and tell a story, and the dice just kind of help you with that, and that's why I like the 1-page rulebook games that I ran like 3 or 4 of them. Where like it's literally the entire rulebook could fit on 1 page, and it has like anything from character creation to how to decide what the bad guy is and what the premise is of the game, all on 1 page. The ones that I ran were all from Grant Howitt, He did Crash Pandas, Honey Heist.
Crash Pandas, yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff. So I ran Goblin Punks, which was just your teenage goblins causing trouble. I ran Sexy Battle Wizards, where you have 3 stats: Sexy, Battle, and Wizard. And it's fucking great.
I'm in.
Yeah, that's it. You choose your highest to lowest, 3, 2, 1, and that's how many dice you roll. You have to get a success on one of them in order to succeed, and it's super easy. It's all like D6 systems and super simple stuff. All storytelling.
Wow.
A lot of it's even like, yeah, you're the game master, but it's all, you can say, okay, you failed. What happens? How do you fail, or how do you succeed? So you like throw that to them, which some people do in D&D also. But,
Okay.
But yeah. So that's, I realize now that there's so much more to TTRPGs than just Critical Role and Dungeons and Dragons, and I think mixing all of those together is where I'm finding my sweet spot. Like bringing a little bit of that silliness from the one-page rule books into D&D and making it more loose and fun. I was definitely, because I was running a campaign within a month of playing D&D. And yeah, because our DM was like, I think you got this a little bit more than I do. You should be it. I was like, okay. And so I was a little bit more like rules lawyery, and I didn't like it. I was like, I feel like I'm not playing enough.
That sounds like somebody I know. And also, yeah, somebody else I know.
Sounds like us.
Yeah. So I was doing a little too much of that. And I now that I've stepped away and I've done a bunch of stuff more, I think I'm more playful with it, more fluid with it, and I think I like it better.
We definitely loosened up. Like we'll message each other in Discord. Hey, you want to role play this really quick? And the guys love it. Like our DM will sit back and do one of these. No one can see me because we're on mic. And he'll just and they love it.
Well, our character certainly had like the first like big like character driven moment.
We'll talk about
game.
We're going to talk about our
everybody
characters.
all of a sudden was like,
oh, nice.
Because like right away our character is kind of bonded because he's like the younger of the group, and I'm kind of like the parental figure who's like always giving everyone advice.
Older sage lead.
Okay.
character,
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of crap kind of thing.
Kinda, and then we both have kind of these mysterious backgrounds, and like we're always dropping these Easter eggs. But half our party is like they're on their phones like this, or they're looking at their other screen on Facebook, or they're snacking. I'm like, here's. And I sent them like, my character has kids, and my buddy's like, he has kids. I'm like, he's mentioned their name I don't know how many times.
And I'm here in my notebook like, excuse me,
Yeah.
I've heard of these kids already.
So in game he got appointed the scribe to note everything. It's like because we're hired by this private contractors as security dispatch.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Kind of, and they're like, okay, and in game they're like, oh, your character is going to write all the notes. Well, he does anyway. So
Yeah, I'm really bad at note taking. That's one thing I definitely got to get better at. I'm terrible. I get into it and I'm like, look down at the paper I had brought for notes. I'm like, oh fuck, I wrote 2 things. What happened?
Well, that's me. That was me at school. So
Yeah, same.
but not in D&D for whatever
my
reason.
justification for not taking notes, I'm like, I role play like a mother effer, and I heal everyone, and I do a shitload of damage. So that's my contribution.
See, I didn't realize it was that out.
Yeah.
I'll remember that next time.
That's why I'm like, I don't take notes because I heal you guys. I keep everyone alive here.
That's another reason why I like the one shots and the small rule book games, because you don't need to take notes. It's just going to happen in one day.
Our campaign has so many branches. Like,
I'm sure.
This big continent and all these stories and interactions. I'm like, who's that again? I was like, oh wait, I got something for you. Here you go. It's like, so to go back on topic. So you host Chat Time, which is every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Eastern Time.
Yeah. Switching to Sundays on May 1st.
Sundays, May 1st. Tell me about your 2 co-hosts.
Oh, yeah. Chunk and Cucumber, my 2 felted friends that I hang out with. Cucumber is a... how do I say this? He is not somebody you bring home to mama. He is crass. He is dirty. He is going to say everything that's on his mind, whether you like it or not. He is obsessed with Dune and various other things. But he's a very passionate friend of mine. And Chunk is
Chunk.
blue and furry.
I love that name.
Chunk. Yeah. That's great. Chunk is blue and furry. He's the troublemaker. He's the I'm gonna fuck with all of you guys, and he does it in a way that's subtle and quiet, and he plays pranks, and it's annoying and amazing at the same time. Like at the end of you've heard it when we were trying to talk about our Patreon. He's saying like every other word after like delayed by half a second, and you're like, what the fucking shut up. And stuff like that. So he's the prankster of the group, and I get to wrangle both of them at the same time.
You recently, about maybe a month or two ago, you had one of our good friends on there, Sammy Ruiz.
Yeah, Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy's a good dude.
Yeah, we met him.
Awaken the Spirits.
Yes, Awaken the Spirits. I met. We were already gonna have Abe on the show, Abe Lopez, on the show, and so I met him there as well. Artist Abe on Instagram, for those of you who know who Abe Lopez is. And then while we were walking around, I actually bought. I have it on my water bottle. I don't know where I put it. Oh, it's down there. I bought some stickers from Sammy. Like,
Ghost of LA. Yep.
Yeah. And I fucking loved it. And I was just talking about it. I was telling him, like, oh, I do this show. Like, would you want him to come on and talk about it? He's like, oh, yeah, man, I'd love to. And so I added him on Instagram, sent him a message. And it turns out he's from, because like I said, I grew up in Burbank. So he was from Highland Park. Mm-hmm. We knew a lot of the same places. He knew that my favorite sandwich place of all time that's closed now. Rest in peace. But so we hit it off quickly. And I was just like, hell yeah, come on down. So he came down to the studio. It was a blast. But yeah, he's a good dude. I went to one of his art shows too. And I can't remember where it is at. Jesus, never mind. It's gone. But we went to one of his art shows. He ended up having to leave before we got there, but it was still cool.
He just played he opened up for Trevor Keith. Trevor Keith is the lead vocalist for Face to Face SoCal punk rock band, which I grew up listening to.
Nice.
And he's like, hey, I'm playing with Trevor Keith. I'm like, oh, my girlfriend's in a burlesque troupe, so her show was that night. I'm like, I gotta go there.
Oh yeah.
But he's like, yeah, I mean, Trevor Keith, we're exchanging numbers. I'm like, dude, I grew up listening to that guy. I'm like, and so I was geeking out, and he's like, yeah, it's a good connection. I'm like, well, introduce me, please.
Yeah, right. That's what you're networking. It's all about that, man.
But he's a good dude. He's got a great heart. He came on the early years of the podcast where it was like one mic on my laptop.
Oh man.
And he played guitar. We talked about everything from ghost stories to aliens to music to, his hard times, his good times, bad times, everything. Just a really solid dude.
Yeah.
He helped me. I was in the process of starting to, I'm not going to say what. He did a label for me for a business I was going to start, and I put it on the back burner, but we worked together on it. Really good guy. I think, really inspirational. I chat with him maybe once a week. Really good dude. So yeah, that's cool that you actually had him on there.
That's another one of the things that I love about meeting people. Anybody who knows me knows that I talk to everybody. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I make friends. And the day before yesterday, but we're at Wednesday. We were at Disneyland, and I used to work there, so I know a lot of people. But everywhere I went, we ran into somebody I knew. We couldn't get anywhere without me running into somebody that I've met before, I worked before, and we made new friends while we were there. And people make fun of me. Some people that I know get annoyed by that, but that's why I do it. Is so that I meet these people that I would have never met elsewhere, and then some of them have really cool stories or just genuinely awesome people, and I get to know that person now, and I wouldn't have known them if I didn't say, hey, I like that shirt you're wearing, where'd you get it? And then we start talking, and that's it, and that's all you need. I'm a talking motherfucker.
Well, that's great. You're burning up time, making my job easier.
That's fair. You're welcome. I get a cut, right? I'm just kidding.
It's funny, not to cut you off. I text Sammy the artwork for your episode. I didn't even get a chance to describe what's going on. It's the logo with your name, and he's like, fuck yeah, dude, you're gonna have fucking Dino on. I was like mid-sentence, I'm like, yeah, he's coming on, but he had nothing but nice things to say about you.
So, great. He's a great guy. I gotta send him a message.
He's a really good dude. That dude is addicted to Dr. Pepper. Yeah.
Good to know. I'll bring one when I see him.
Pepper, yeah. Interesting. Okay. Cool guy.
Good to know.
That event we talked about on or off mic. I think we did off mic. He actually was a vendor, the Christmas event we did. He sold his artwork and all that.
Nice.
I was in character, full prosthetic makeup and Midsummer Scream, and I went up to him and I was fucking with him. Hey, how's it going? I was like this rockabilly devil, like huge pompadour. His name was Louis Seifer, and I went up to Sammy. Hey, Sammy, how's it going? I was like, and he's like, hey, do I know you? And after a while, he picked up it was me, but I was fucking with him. It's just, yeah.
Do I know nice. You? Hilarious.
Correct me if I'm wrong. There's a few D&D campaigns that rotate on Perception Studio, correct?
There is. So their main human D&D show is called Salen's Legacy.
Okay.
That is a world created by Danny, one of the owners. He was a big he's a huge nerd like any of us on that channel. But he wanted to eventually, his dream was to create his own like Lord of the Rings style novel series, and so he created this giant world when he was a kid. Eventually gonna make it like a story, and so it ended up changing and becoming like, well, I'm not gonna write a book anytime soon, and so but I can make it a D&D thing. And so he started using his world that he knows like the back of his hand, because he's been sitting on it since he was a kid. So that's why, like, if you ever watch Salin's Legacy Tuesday nights on Perception Studio, he knows the language, he knows the intricacies of the history and the lore, and it's just been ingrained in him. So I love that show because of that, because it just bleeds out of him how much like love and work he put into this world. And right now we're in the second campaign, the second season of that world. And instead of doing one group like normal, we're doing three different groups of heroes, villains. There's the hired hands, the swords of Stone Root, they're called. They're the heroes of the story. They were hired. They were brought in by the king to save the continent. There's the rookies of Rimtown, which I'm part of, and we're just people kind of just were around and saw stuff happen and just said, well, let's pitch in, and we're not great at what we do, and it's awesome, and I love it. And then there's the envoys of Exos, and they're actually the bad guys. They're part of the group of Dragonborn that don't exist normally on that continent. That's from a different continent. They're coming over to take over because they were told by their dragon king, that we were going to go over and take their continent, so they're trying to get us first. That's what the propaganda is. And so we have one of our parties is a party of Dragonborn from that land who are coming over. And actually recently we had a crossover episode where my group and their group happened to be in the same place at the same time. And so we're like, well, we're going to do a crossover. And so poor Danny had to run a game with 8 players trying to do opposite things. And it was less confrontational than I thought it was going to be. I thought somebody was going to die. Nobody died yet. We'll see. So that's Solomon's Legacy. And then there's Perception Check, which is much more silliness and fuckery. D&D light, I would call it. It's a lot of the felt. It's mostly Felted Friends with a couple humans, including the DM, who's Ryan, one of the other owners of the studio, and they fuck with them constantly. And then the chat also fucks with it constantly, because if you watch Perception Studio, you'll know we allow our chat to drop things like items and characters and things like that. So that messes with all the plans. I keep hitting the microphone.
There you go. Don't worry, dude. I'm not Joe Rogan or no one. That's fine.
Anyways, so that shows a lot of if you want to watch D&D but not be threatened by the amount of skill that people have while playing D&D, watch Perception Check. They move. I was on one episode of Perception Check for a charity stream, and we went, I believe, like a total of like 25 feet in the entire episode.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
We had like a bunch of battles and we barely moved, and we raised like $1,500 for an artist collective of Black artists.
Nice.
And this is during all the BLM protests, all those protests during the summer, that summer. But yeah, it was I was blown away. I was like, we didn't do anything important in this entire episode. But there was a bag of dildos and shit like flying around. It was nuts. That's the kind of stuff that happens on that show.
That's too funny. You've been playing RPG games since 2019, correct?
Yeah, that's when I started. Well, I mean, I played board games,
okay,
but nothing like tabletop RPGs.
Anything else besides D&D? Just
right. Well, yeah, I've dabbled into those one-page rulebook stuff, so played that. That's kind of what I've done the most of is those other like there's a system called the game's called 10 Candles. I ran that during Halloween.
Okay.
Which is super cool, where you don't roll anything. It's all based on burning attributes of your character to get through. But in the game 10 Candles, everybody dies at the end, and it's just a matter of when. So that's like a cool, if you want to watch somebody like somebody who doing that like better than anybody else, watch Ivan Van Norman on Geek and Sundry doing 10 Candles and Dread, which is another game that I ran, which is you play Jenga instead of doing anything else. So if you want to do something cool, they say, okay, great, pull a block, and you got to pull a block from the Jenga tower.
That's pretty cool.
It's
talk about that.
Yeah, it's really cool. Dread is another one of those things where it's not that you're supposed to die, but it's going to be hard to survive. And that was also a fun game to run. But so things like that, I've been trying to find more games that challenge my idea of what tabletop RPGs are. We had on our show Sarah Moore, who works with Gen Con a lot and runs on their Twitch channel, it runs games and stuff. It has shows there, and they played a game. I can't remember what it was called, but you play werewolves. But the way that you play the game is by making a mixtape, by answering questions, and like you make a mixtape and you give that to your other player. It's 1-on-1, and you give that to the other player, and the game is like figuring out who the other person is by listening to the mixtape and like going through questions and stuff like that. And like that's the game. It's still role playing, but it's not like D&D where you're like trying to go on a mission. It's a different kind of role playing.
Okay,
and I love that, and I want to explore that more. And that's a world that's new to me, and I'm very excited to try.
I listened to a podcast. I think Menji listens as well. Dark Dice.
Dark Dice.
Dark Dice. It's very story derivative. They have the coolest production name. It's Geek and Scholar. I'm sorry. Fool and Scholar Productions.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, sure.
So what it is, it's a very dark horror driven campaign where it's more of like a narrative and them actually telling a story, and the outcome of the dice affects the storyline.
Nice.
And it's cool because they use Icelandic for the language of the dwarves.
Oh, nice.
And it's really dark, and it's like has to do with demons and like this the nameless god and the silent ones. And it's really, really dark. And they compose their own music. It's this big production. And then I listened to Black Dice Society.
Right.
That's another one as
keep
well.
Getting these two names.
I know.
confused.
Oh, that's the D&D Beyond.
Yeah, D&D Beyond. But it's funny because the Dark Dice, they had Jeff Goldblum. He said, I will play I can't do Jeff Goldblum.
I am an elf.
Yes,
an elf.
yes,
I believe I can cast a spell. Yes.
But he does VO on there too. But Dark Dice, it's very gritty. It's well put together. It's a story. And I actually took a little lore from one of their paladins for my cleric.
Nice.
But so I lost my train of thought. when it comes to D&D, what's your to go to as far as your characters?
Ooh, I like not going to a go-to. I like trying a different character every time I play the game. Every new campaign, I like to do something new.
Okay.
So I get to know the game better, but also it's more fun that way. It's more fun to have. Like one game, so at one point I did the same thing you did. I hit hard on D&D. I went from playing that one campaign to being in 4 different campaigns, 2 of them on stream. Like it was nuts.
Right.
And so my first character was a monk. It was his thing was he was like a thief, a kid. He was raised on the streets, and he was taken in by a monastery, learned the ways, and went on the streets. So I had him, and he was kind of like quiet, but liked getting to know people.
Okay.
And so he would he would sit and like ask questions and listen to people while that was like the thing that I did is whenever we met somebody new, I'd like sit and like kind of like listen to them.
Okay.
And get to know people. And then like I had one of my favorite characters I ever made is an Aarakocra bard, bird bard. I based him off of Alanadale from Robin Hood, the rooster from the animated Robin Hood.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Him. 3 things. So it's him, Rockadoodle, if you remember that show, that movie. Sorry about the Elvis type rooster.
Oh, yeah. I remember Rockadoodle.
Yeah. And Cass from Zelda Breath of the Wild, the bird who plays the accordion.
Okay.
I based it off of those 3. And
that's hilarious.
In Rockadoodle, his name is Chanticleer. Is the name of the rooster. And so I named him Clue because I liked the name Clue. So Cluric was his full name, and his Chanticleer as Chanticleer and Cass the combination. But he looked like a rooster in the sense in that the style of Alanadale.
That's pretty cool, actually.
And and so I played him like a genie character, like Robin Williams' genie character, where I kept making references outside of D&D, and people were just like, "What are you talking about?" Like they would roleplay like, "I don't know what this is. Are you okay?" And we're like, "Never mind, you don't get it." And
so you're a crazy bird bard Deadpool.
Yeah, pretty much. And we were playing Curse of Strahd too, so we were already pulled out of our own worlds. And
Nice campaign.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. And so it got to be like, yeah, I'm just from, I'm on another plane, guys. This is, you just don't understand what I'm talking about. But it was a lot of fun. And I like to play whatever character I do play. I've been trying to not play the stereotype. Like my bard is not a horny bard that likes to, have sex all the time, He makes jokes and he's really sassy and stuff like that, but he's not, not into stuff like that. And in the same sense, I'm playing currently in a campaign, the same group that we did that. We're now playing Descent into Avernus.
Okay.
And I have a blade singing wizard, which if you've never played is a lot of fun because you get to be a wizard, but you also get to stab and stuff. And your magic goes into using your swordsmanship in magic. So like when you activate your blade song, you get like a plus something to your AC based off of something else. I can't remember what it is. You also get like your movement increases, and you can
there's like a school of swords when it comes to that.
It's called Blade Song.
But yeah, okay.
Yeah, Blade Singing Wizard. It's a newer thing that came out. I think it was Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
Yeah, okay.
But that one's a lot of fun. I've been playing him. He's a member of the Cobalt Soul. From Critical Role. So I use, because my DM likes to use the Critical Role stuff in his campaigns, even if they're like homebrewy stuff. But I use the Cobalt Soul. So my character's all about like just like learning and like taking notes, which is funny because I don't take notes. So he's really good at taking notes, but I'm not. He's a very quiet wizard. But then he was a fencing tutor, which is where he got the swordsmanship from, but he's an orphan and everything, and so he has this innate, like an elf. He's an elf, so he's got this innate magic in him, and he uses the swordsmanship that he loves to do what he does.
That's pretty cool.
So I got to play a lot of weird. I've done a lot of like one shots, so I'm it's like, oh God, I'm gonna do something weird today. I'm gonna do a Air Genasi monk. I'm gonna do things like that. I'm just gonna mix things up and figure it out, or I'll go with the story. Like I want my guy. Like I had an idea for a soul blade rogue.
Okay.
Soul knife rogue. Sorry, where he summons and everything, and he like basically uses his like this like inner power to change the role. He can change his roles, like when you can manipulate your die roll with that power. And so I had this idea of like, oh, this guy is possessed by some entity that's working through him, and he doesn't really know what's happening necessarily. So when he tries to persuade somebody and he fails, and I use that ability, it's not him doing it, it's this entity changing it for him and making it succeed. So every time he does something cool where like he thinks he wouldn't have done it, he's just like, I don't know what the fuck happened to that, like I don't know. And so like in combat, he shuts off and the entity takes over.
Got it.
Kind of thing. And the soul knives come out and things like that. So I haven't got to play him yet, but I've started building him because it's for a kind of like a Monster of the Week campaign that we're going to do.
Okay.
But not Perception, but our group is having trouble meeting. So he's like, we still want to play D&D, so let's do like a side campaign kind of thing where we can just like whoever's around can play, and we'll just do stuff.
So in our campaign, you play Emmanuel. You play
the main campaign. Okay,
yes.
yeah, no. So I play a warlock.
And what is your warlock's name?
His name is Ryan Oscurando. I see. The problem is, like, I want to talk a lot about Ryan's backstory, but you're here, and
you can share what's been. Okay, how about this? You could share. Well, I'm not going to share my backstory. Even though you know it,
I'll share mine.
Dino can share his. You could share what's been exposed so far. How about that?
Jeez, I feel like you should tell me rather than.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
What has been exposed so far?
So apparently,
I'm more curious to know what you've picked up on so far. Quite honestly,
so Ryan is the young. He's the young buck of the campaign, and he's always kind of like not a recluse, but he keeps himself, and he always has this. He has this certain color robe or cloak on. He always has this cowl up, and he keeps himself. He's always off in the corner. He plays his cards close to his chest. I know that.
Okay.
I play a mountain dwarf cleric by the name of Thaddeus Greymane.
Ooh, good name.
Where his clan is well known to one of two things. They call them Greymanes because they wear the pelt of a dire wolf.
Oh.
And they come from the continent of Faerun.
Yeah.
For the Forgotten Realms. And,
yeah.
And they live in the mouth of the nether mountains, and they're known to either one of two things. Either they live a long age, or they're known to live a wild life. They die young.
Okay.
Depends on the lifestyle lived. Either they go the life like of the jewel crafter miner, or they take arms and then they follow the tradition. So Thaddeus used to be a miner with some type of mysterious background, and he took the oath of the cleric. And his patron god is Helm. And so I'm kind of like the parental figure. Like I'm always kind of like scolding because we have a bunch of riffraff in our party and these idiots. And so my character and his character kind of bonded right away. And so we just started role playing. And now, what have you noticed about my character?
Well, he seems to be triggered by something which sends him into these weird episodes where he kind of... I could only really akin it to, because I've had experience dealing with this kind of stuff, is like Alzheimer's, where he kind of reverts back to old memories and he's living them in the present.
Interesting.
And the rest of us are sitting here going like, what the hell?
It's gluten, isn't it? Gluten's
It might be the gluten, yeah.
He might have
frying the synapses up there.
And they've had visions of him.
Oh, and the visions, yeah, that's right, too.
They've had like dark visions of him, like covered in blood.
Anybody that's physically touched him has
or
had
when he's
sort of
shucking, when
personal
he's
vision.
like, if they shook his hand, they've had like a POE vision of like murders and just like tortures and all kinds of weird stuff. And there's always references to like the second chance at life or redeeming yourself and ghosts from the pasts. And
Is someone still do a vision?
I think no call or call our barbarian.
Okay, yeah. All right.
See, but some of our guys, they role play and some guys are just, I just want to swing my sword.
He's new, though. Like, I give him a pass. That's fine.
But yeah,
Everybody, the important thing I do tell people about D&D is play with a group that's playing the same way you want to play.
Yeah.
Because if you want to play heavy role play, you want to do it, play with them. You know, then you like it. If you're like, I just want to fuck around and not do shit, then don't play with people that want to do heavy role play and follow the rules, because you're not going to have a good time fucking around with those guys. So
our last game, it was all role playing. We did nothing besides role play.
Yeah.
nice.
It's
That's
like,
awesome.
Like we came out of this dungeon and my character had a fit and he was going to kill the two
The two necromancers.
he was going to kill the two necromancers, and like they know, like, you know, because I hold, you know, my abilities, I kind of hold them close to my chest. Even our DM's like, I didn't realize how OP'd you are. I'm like, yeah.
Oh no.
He's like, you have what? And he's like, what reaction is that? What feat is that? I'm like, it's destroy the undead. And he's just like, oh, okay.
Learn what your characters can do.
I was like, learn what your players can do. Yeah. So it's a little bit of both. We have a lot of combat, problem solving, a lot of role playing, but then we have we have our rogue, Kelly Shadowhand. He's like the halfling, you know, pickpocket, but then he's also like the ladies' man. And then we have Von Hugenstein. He's our drunken monk.
Von Hugenstein?
Yeah, Von. And that's not his real name because he was a dwarf adopted by humans and raised by humans.
Oh.
And then we have our ranger who never uses his bow. His name is Bulbit
Longneck.
He's a tortoise. The guy,
Longneck.
he never, I was like, can you please cast, no one's going to get this besides, I'm okay, would it kill you to cast Hunter's Mark and just use your bow, please? You're proficient in it. Nope. He wants a melee all the time.
Yeah. Do it. I
I was
mean,
like, okay. I was like, but then he
My
gets
character's going to ask you one day, and you better have an answer, though.
that's true. That's true.
And then we have Call, who's our tiefling barbarian. Right.
Yes, Tiefling Barbarian. Yes.
And then that's it, right? That's it for everyone.
Nice.
Yes.
And we're it's a homebrew campaign, and we're on God's Buffet, this
The
continent,
Island of God's Buffet.
which I think is south of like Faerun, and then that's where I'm from. That's where he's from as well. And my character is always trying to get home. And he, for some reason, he cannot find his way home. Like he has a map. He said, "Look, I just got to charter a ship to Waterdeep. From Waterdeep, I could take that." And he showed him a map in game. Like once I land to the continent, I could take this road, past this, past that, and I could get home. He's like, I just can't find my way home for some reason. Something always distracts me. And he's always having like he's always talking about his family, his cousin, you know, who's like this legendary fighter back home, and there's always these references from the past and his kids and just we do that, and then his homebrew based on the Mystic Libations.
What? Oh, yeah, that. So we were like, I was mentioning off mic. So we all.
Oh, yeah.
So it's our party is split between people in Southern California and people in Northern California. Like almost everybody is my friend from some part of my life. It's
Yeah,
weird.
something.
I've got friends from high school, friend who I just met the last few years. Like it's just like this weird amalgamation of everybody that I've met throughout my life. And we all decided finally, let's just meet up and get an Airbnb and just play D&D for a weekend in person, but do a different campaign. And so they're like, of course, Menji should be the DM, of course.
Of course.
And so
Shot out of a cannon, this guy, and he knew the rules.
this is my second campaign ever.
And I'm like, son of it. So it was so Mystic Libations was a module.
Let me tell the story.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry. Just turn my mic off.
So yeah, and I'm mute. So I'm really big into tiki culture.
Oh, nice.
And I know that's been a big explosion lately too.
I was a Jungle Crew skipper.
I know, I've heard.
Yes, so I appreciate
He
that.
might know Brandon then.
Oh, maybe
Brandon.
Maybe, although I think he was at Disney World.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Possibly. Yeah, Skipper Brandon.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think he was a Disney World skipper. But he created a book, which was basically a book of D&D inspired tiki cocktail recipes.
Oh.
But the last sliver of the book is a one-shot campaign for D&D.
Oh, I know Mystic Libations. Now I know what you're
this?
talking about.
Okay.
Yes.
So I ran that.
Oh, cool.
For the weekend.
We got hammered.
And we did get hammered. As you can see, we didn't finish all the alcohol. But like we all had a blast. It was fun. I went to the nines, like
Nice.
with background music and sound effects and all kinds of stuff.
That's
and these
awesome.
guys, what I wanted the game to be was kind of like the Guardians of the Galaxy of D&D.
Oh, yeah.
So they're just like a bunch of losers.
I love that.
Who all just kind of come together and they all got just these most ridiculous, dumb backstories. But it's great. I love it. But we all, like, everybody fell in love with everybody's characters, and they're like,
we all just meshed.
Yeah.
It was just ridiculous.
like,
Oh, that's
And it's
awesome.
the same group pretty much, save for
Yeah.
like one or two people that couldn't make it. And so, but for some reason, it's when you're playing in person, it's like it's a completely different.
Oh, it's a different.
beast.
It's completely different. Yeah.
Love
And
it.
they all fell in love with like each other's characters and each other's backstories, and all the characters were bonding. Like not just us as
The RP
people.
was bonding.
The RP
Yeah.
was bonding, and they were like, "We got to do more of this." So here
That's
I
cool.
am now. Like Mystic Libations is over. We finished that,
Now
and I
he's-
have to continue the story now. And so now I'm building out the next campaign. We're supposed to meet again sometime midsummer.
That's awesome.
So
and
Menji had
continue the
each of us pick a class, obviously a background, and then come up with some truth to your background and some tall tales.
Oh.
I didn't do that for everybody.
I thought you. Oh, really? Oh no. Oh, then I was the buffoon. I was the dancing clown. Can we talk about who I was?
Oh, please introduce your character.
So what the hell's his name? So I played a woodland elf fighter who was a swashbuckling pirate, self-proclaimed pirate, and his name was Juan de la Casa. He was a Spaniard. And he dressed like Zorro, but in crushed velvet, in like crimson crushed velvet with a bandit mask. And his name was. I'm not going to dig through my stuff.
Juan de la Castillo Ramirez Gonzalez Santiago
Jones.
Nice.
And whenever he appeared, you would hear like the Spanish classical, like Castilian guitar play, like the theme to Zorro.
And I did this for reals.
Did you really?
So his introduction, we were on the ship and he was the crow's nest and he was he was the lookout. And I fought with like a rapier and like a short sword and like a bullwhip, and I'd whip it across the mast and swing.
Nice.
And I talked like this. Yes, I am Juan de la Castillo. And I was like, the Alpha Alliance, the handsome buccaneer. And I was like, he had all these titles. The hero of Breakers Cove.
The Machina of Machismo.
La Máquina de Machismo. Yes. You've heard him, yes. And one of the characters, I dubbed him Diego. I said, your name is Diego. And I made him like my sidekick. And
Against his will, mind you.
I'm sure.
Oh, but when we played, we wore costumes. So I had like a silk red cape, and I had like a lacy bandit red mask. You have the picture, and then I had it was a very musketeer-esque hat with a feather in it.
Nice.
So at the dinner table on this ship, I dug this other player Diego. Yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah, I've seen that picture. I think from your
it's
Instagram.
pretty much, yeah. I dug him as Diego, and then he's like, okay. And then I went into my bag and I pulled the mask, and I really had a second mask just in case the first one broke.
Nice.
I gave it to TJ, our DM, for the other campaign.
That's awesome.
But we had like these crazy backstories. So I was just like just a fighter that I made up a swashbuckler, and it was an inspiration of like Puss in Boots and like Zorro and whatever else. And
That's awesome.
I talk like this the entire time.
I love that.
Yeah, it's
He was
just
in costume for the entire time. We played
that's
over
awesome.
like
I love
the
it.
2.5 days we played, and he was in
That's so
costume the
good.
whole time.
I always knew it was my time to do something because you would hear the guitar play, and I'm like, okay, here we go. There I was fighting the Kraken, and like I'll tell all these tall tales. It was a great campaign. We had a blast. We drank a little too much. Our DM was hungover the next day, so we got a late
Oh, the
start.
poor DM. I feel sorry for him.
Oh no.
Yeah, but it was fun, and the Mystic Libations highly recommended. And
Yeah.
the point of all this is a creative outlet. You get to bond with people and have fun,
Yeah.
and why not act silly and act a fool and just
Yeah. I think everybody should play a form of tabletop role playing game because it helps you get out of your own head for a minute.
Yeah.
Either play somebody else or even there's some that let you play yourself. Even you can make a character that's you. You know, that's fine if you don't want to go too crazy with it. But it's a different kind of play, and it brings you back to when you were kids, and you're like, oh yeah, I want to be Neo from Matrix, and I'm the chosen one, and I'm gonna get you, and things like that. And you're like, you get to play around, which is another reason why I love Ghosts Unalive, because we get to bring that to the people at Knott's Berry Farm, to the guests at Knott's Berry Farm, be like, yeah, we get it, you're a kid and you want to have fun, but like, why don't you come be a bandit with me?
Oh, dude, so
and
jealous.
like try to rob the bank over there and like shit like that. And they're like, we can do that? I'm like, yeah, we can. How though? I don't know. You got to tell me. Like that kind of thing. And then it becomes them running the show, and I get to be like, yeah, man, yes, yay, whatever you want.
If I were ever to work there, I already have a character name, but I can't. I do too much as it is, so I can't apply now.
I almost considered it when they put out the audition.
The newest ones, yeah,
I
totally should have.
I saw the auditions. I'm all Johnny Durango. And I was like, yeah, I can't.
You'd probably like Bandits.
Yeah.
Because I think that with Bandits it's a little bit they get a little more freedom with like naming themselves and getting their own like persona kind of thing. With Ghost Town, we didn't get to choose any of it. I will say this. A lot of people say like, oh, that's like all improv. It is, but it's mostly like character ad lib. It's like D&D, where you have a character, you know who you are, you know the premise of what's happening around you, and so you get to kind of ad lib and role play in the moment. And when somebody does something, you get to react as your character would react. It's a little less of the improv and more of like an ad lib kind of thing, but it's still a lot of improv thinking. And we use a process called yes yay instead of yes and, where not only is it whatever they say right, like we have to take that on its face value, but we also have to let them know that we think that's a great idea no matter what it is. So it's not just yes and, it's yes yay, like, oh my god, I don't know how I would have thought of that without you, you're the best, like you're my hero. And then that brings them in, they're like, yeah, I'm the hero. I'm the hero.
That is
story.
so jealous.
That's adorable. I love
And I think that with Ghost Unalive, what Ken Parks, who created that show and who's now moved on to bigger, better things within Cedar Point, which is great. He's amazing. We were very lucky to have him for as long as we did. And he gave us a framework for a character. And then we had about a month of rehearsals to play with it and kind of develop like who we were, what we do. And that became our character. So we got like a name, a background. We have wants and needs. We had foibles, things like that. And he said, all this stuff is my ideas. None of it has to stick. Just let me know and we'll talk about it. And the coolest thing was we did this thing we did a town hall where we were our characters of the town having a town hall. And we would go up one at a time, introduce ourselves, and then the rest of the town got to ask us questions. And so for those of the people that knew their characters, they were able to answer really quickly and do all this stuff. And then for me, like this was like 2-3 weeks in at the most into the rehearsals of a month of rehearsals. And I was like, what the hell am I going to do? I don't know this person. Like, what am I going to do? And so I went up there and they started asking me questions. And then it all clicked. I was like, oh, whatever I say here is it. And so I started answering. I started going into it. And that became my backstory. And things like, oh, do you have a brother, any family? Like, yes, I have a sister, because I actually have a sister. So why not you can always put some truth into it, because then you'll never have to think about lying. So yeah, I had a sister, and my dad, what happened to your family? Like, oh, they're back in Italy, and things like that. And things just started clicking and then I started including some of the the things that Ken had written for me for my character into the things, and then some things didn't play well, so I changed it. Like I was supposed to have a really big ego because I was uneducated, so I thought I would like compensate by being kind of an asshole and like a big ego. I have a big ego, but it didn't read well and it didn't play well, so I kind of toned that down. And just it was more of just a weakness that I didn't read well and I didn't write well and stuff like that, and it all became funny enough. Actually, I was supposed to be this Italian bank guard, Antonio Salvatore, and I had a really bad Italian accent, which is great. My family's from Italy. Like my parents were born and raised in Sicily, and so I know the accent, but I'm not great at it. So I had a bad accent on purpose, kind of thing, but also because I needed to. That's great. But it also turns out that I wasn't an Italian bank guard. I was actually a bank robber, pretending to be an Italian bank guard, trying to make his way into a new life, and every day I would get arrested. So it was okay that I didn't speak the great Italian accent, and I really was a smart guy. I wasn't uneducated, but I was smart in other ways. And like the story was like robbed like 37 banks around the United States, or around the country, things like that. I sort of like things started just adding to my background, my story, and things like that. The other character started I was like so famous that some of the Mayfields were like idolizing me, like, oh my god, it's Wisconsin West, I have your poster on my wall, like things like that. Cool. So like that's what the good thing about Ghost Alive is, which reminds me of D&D and why I love it, is that you build your story with others and they add to your own story. Exactly. So somebody will say, well, something will happen, you're like, oh, that's part of me now, and you build it up together.
Two things.
Yeah.
When do you start working at Ghost Town Live?
We open Memorial Day weekend.
Okay, we got to go.
Yeah, we open Memorial Day weekend through Labor Day weekend.
Second thing, let's attempt to do our characters' voices again for Dino this time.
Oh,
so you're gonna do Ryan.
You're talking about Ryan.
You know, I'll do Thaddeus. I will do. How does he sound?
Your character?
This is your idea.
Go.
As Thaddeus or Ryan?
No, you go as Ryan as your character. I'll do Thaddeus. We'll do it for Dino right here.
Okay.
Thaddeus, are you available right now?
What's the problem, there, young man?
I just met this gentleman out on the street, and he's looking for some sort of religious services. I'm not quite sure. I thought maybe you could help him out.
Who are you speaking of?
I think he's talking about me. Hi.
Who is this anvil head in front of me?
My head's actually kind of small. Why is it an anvil?
What exactly are you looking for, young man?
Introduce yourself. He's a little rough around the edges,
sorry.
but it's fine. Don't worry.
Hi. My name is Frank Westerwall. I don't know where to go, but I was told that if I find some guidance from like one of the gods, that maybe I could like do some cool stuff, and I heard that you guys do some cool stuff.
Here's the thing, young man.
Yeah.
In order to find guidance, it requires discipline, hard work, and effort.
Oh God.
That being said, I suggest you follow the lead of young Ryan over here. And once he is approved of your character, perhaps one day I will as well.
Oh, okay. Quick question. You call me Anvil Head. You're not going to hit me or anything, are you?
If I had reason to kill you, young man, it would have been done by now.
Jesus, I just said hit. You said kill. Fuck. Okay. Brian?
Yes, we should probably go. I think he's having one of his moments.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
Yes. I will take care of him.
You remind me of my youngest born.
Oh, yeah?
What the hell was his name again?
What happened to your voice, sir?
So that's a little teaser of I think I need a cocktail me to do Thaddeus.
No. That was pretty spot on.
That's
Sounded good to me.
So I think if we don't stop talking, we're going to be talking for 2 more hours. I think it's time for a break.
Break time.
Sure.
This is episode 27 when Dino Battaglia. I actually said it with a little spice
Battaglia.
on this. Right? Battaglia. Hey.
Yeah.
I've been walking. You ever seen The Exorcist?
Yeah.
Have you seen it as well, Minji? No. Okay, so There's the two men of the cloth. I don't know their official titles.
Yeah.
There's the younger gentleman and the older one, and his name was Demi. Mm-hmm. There's a scene he's dealing with his mother. I think she's in a home, or he's just saying, she's like, oh
yeah.
She's like, Demi. Yeah. The scene that creeped me out the most is when they're performing the exorcism, and the demon inside Reagan's like, Demi, why you do this to me, Demi? Mm-hmm. All week I've been going, Dino, when are you gonna come on the podcast, Dino? But I've been doing the exorcist voice. That scene creeps me out because the demon replicating his mother's voice.
Yeah,
like, why are you doing to him? Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
I don't know why I brought that up.
I watched that way too young.
Yeah, me too. A lot of things.
I'm going to be way too old by the time I see it.
Yeah.
Dude, it's great.
Maybe we'll go to the Frito when they're doing their horror movies.
There we go.
They're going to start doing movies again with horror buzz there, horror movies.
Oh, yeah.
We're literally 5 minutes from the Frito cinema. Like, it's walking distance.
Oh, is that where we are right now?
Yeah.
I came through a bunch of residential stuff. I've lost completely where
literally,
I am.
You go down this street right here, which fortunately we're moving at the end of the month, but it's a 5 minute walk to the Frito.
Nice. Okay, good to know.
We'll go get tacos after this.
Tacos, and you never know. So
I'm down.
I'm going to cut you guys off. This is episode 27, and we'll be right back.
The Creepcast, hosted by Rick Creeper 11.
Don't you dare try to escape. The Creepcast with Rick Creeper shall return.
Hey everybody, this is Rick Creeper 11 from the Creepcast podcast. Once again, you're hearing my voice because we're talking about vampfangs.com. Yes, vampfangs.com. Vampfangs has been established since 1993 out of Salem, Massachusetts, New England's only vampire shop. That sounds kind of spooky. Host of the Endless Night Salem's Vampire Ball. I could speak about this personally because I've purchased things from them. Some of the various haunts or like horror cosplay photo shoots that I've done, I've acquired my fangs. More importantly, my contacts, which are FDA compliant, approved, and verified from your eye doctor, is shipped here in the good old US of A. So they came through for me. I've had bad experiences with other companies where contacts weren't the greatest quality, or they're shipped overseas, so either they're really bad quality or just didn't arrive here on time. So Vampfangs was definitely a lifesaver, but they have other things as well. I already mentioned special effect contacts. They have special effect makeup, fangs, apparel, sunglasses, bags, fragrances, chokers, you name it. And everything is based out of Salem, Massachusetts, and they've got a cool little store over there. Check them out, vampfangs.com online or at Vampfangs Official at Instagram. Tell them Rick Creeper sent you. You guys will love it. Trust me. Check them out. Vampfangs Official, Instagram. Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Where do you think you're going? There is no escape from the Creepcast with Rick Creeper.
You're listening to the Creepcast.
Alrighty, guys, we're back at it. Episode 27 with Dino Battaglia.
Yeah.
Wow, got a little.
You getting there?
Battaglia. Battaglia.
Battaglia.
Content creator and host of Perception Studios, and just cool D nerd, fashionable gentleman, and what else? I think some other cool titles for him.
Wonderful ska fan.
Yes.
There we go.
I am.
Very dapper beard.
It is quite dapper.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
I like the hat too.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Very, very fashionable. Yeah.
Target.
Was that a members only jacket?
It is a members only jacket.
See, what did I tell you?
Oh, boy.
Fashionable man. What did I tell you?
I got that in Long Beach at a thrift store.
There we
for
go.
$30.
Dead Rockers in Long Beach. Have you been?
No, I have not.
They have Fred Perry polos.
Oh,
Very Scottish. They have you can order them. You can try them on. You can order them. Dead Rockers right off of 4th Street, like
Dead Rockers. All right.
Vintage Row. I'll send you the profile on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm a big dude because the Fred Perry polos from the UK are a size different. Mm-hmm. So she, the girl that was working, I should say girl, the lady that was working there, she was like, hey, make sure you try different sizes. Tell me what color you want. I could order this proper size. Because I ordered one from the UK. It was like a medium. Like
medium.
It was like a rash guard. Like if I was still doing jiu-jitsu, I'm like, I can't wear this in public.
It's a British large, all right?
Oh, dude, but I love Fred Perry. And Dixon Flannel Company does the mod polos as well, too.
Nice.
Really,
okay.
really cool. So I got a couple of those. But yeah, Dead Rockers. Cool
Dead
place.
Rockers. We gotta go look. Yeah, look it up.
And also Lola's Mexican Cafe.
Ooh.
Really good, dude. Really good food.
Lola's. I'm in Long Beach a lot because the Perception Studio is in Long Beach. So I've been exploring mostly coffee because I'm a coffee guy.
Oh, dude.
So I've been, we just went to one on Thursday called Wood Coffee Company.
Okay.
Like as in wood table. Brand new. They just opened in December.
Okay.
Real good coffee. They had a cookie butter latte. That's phenomenal.
Lola's used to partner up with the Frida Cinema, and they used to do outdoor movies at Sunnyside Cemetery, Long Beach.
Ooh, nice.
The coolest. I mean, it's the coolest events. Unofficially, I was told they might start doing those again.
Ooh, yay. Cool.
Food trucks, T-shirts, vendors. I saw Psycho and the Birds in one night, so that was pretty cool.
Nice.
Sounds like fun.
Those are two good ones.
We might do something there one day.
Well, maybe,
I like the mumble too.
Yeah, mumble's fun.
Secret language. Okay, Dino. So you've done a bit of work for Knott's Berry Farm, correct?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. I started in 2018 with Ghost Town Alive, which we talked about. And it's an immersive show during the summer, kind of like Westworld. We play the same day every day.
Okay.
So it's always Founders Day. It's the town celebration, and the story unfolds throughout the day, where the actors are the citizens of the town, just like in Westworld. And really it's the guests that kind of drive what happens throughout the day. There are things that happen that will happen every day. And then the end of the day, sometimes depending on what year it is, sometimes there's a little bit thing that might be different, depending what happened throughout the day, who gets arrested, stuff like that, who wins the deed to the town, things like that. And then the finale of the season becomes the definitive, this is what happened to this year, and that story is going to roll into the next year kind of thing.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, that's how they ended up doing it. So I started with that, and it was the coolest thing I've ever got to do is that show. I think it's unlike anything I've ever been a part of. Nobody's doing it like that in the theme park industry, and it's amazing. So I do that. I did this little Halloween like trunk show kind of thing, like a trunk full of props kind of thing. We did it was called Spooky Storytelling. We told the story of Sleepy Hollow, but like the whole shtick was the acting troupe was not coming, so the stage manager and the stage manager, myself, and the theater owner, the other character in the show, would have to tell the story using props and bringing kids on stage and stuff. So we did that, and I started doing the holiday shows, the Christmas Carol.
I saw that actually.
Yeah. It was a blast working in the Birdcage Theater, the historic Birdcage Theater, where like people like Steve Martin have performed like nuts, like to me, and I've just done a couple oddball things here and there, whatever they need. I'm now working with their education department, it's called Adventures in Education. I've learned their physics program. Eventually, I'm going to learn the other ones about like California history, stuff like that. So that's a lot of fun, and that's what I'm doing with Knott's now.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Knott's has a physics program?
Yeah, it's called Energies in Motion. They go on some rides. We talk about Newton's laws of motion. We talk about things like simple machines, depending on the ride that you're going on, centrifugal force, all that stuff, and we sent them on a few rides to test it out, call them experiments, and
that totally makes sense now. Okay.
I did something similar at Disney. Disney has their own educational program, and I did that for 5 years, and so now at my Knott's, they asked me to be part of this program because I have the experience in it, and they're looking to make some changes and plus things up a bit. So right now I'm learning the ways, and eventually, hopefully, I can help make it a better and more profitable program, but also more fun for the kids.
That's cool.
Myself, my girlfriend Krista, my mom, we went to Knott's Berry Farm.
Oh yeah,
we saw you perform.
Oh yeah,
Christmas Carol. We literally sat in the front row. I was like, that's that guy Dino. I don't know him, but I know him. personally, I was like geeking out, and my girlfriend's like, "Oh, I just go up and talk to him." I was like, "I don't know him, babe. Like, I know him of the Perception Studio. I don't know him personally." That was really cool. The Christmas Carol. My mom had a blast. The whole park is amazing during Christmas.
Holidays and Knots are great.
But just to see you on stage, I was like, it was weird to see you on stage. Then I see you on YouTube or Twitch. It was just weird. I'm like, that's him. I'm like, you're here in my shitty apartment now. I'm like, it's a trip. Yeah,
It's not that shitty. It's great. I like it.
it's nice, but it's
small.
It's time to move on.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a little small.
I'm also like half your size, so I'm like, I'm a short man.
It's a hobbit hole for a single person to live here. Like, for a couple, it's time to move on.
It served you well while it was
It's
necessary.
in my wild youth as a swinging bachelor. Yeah. Like Austin Powers over here. You ever worked Scary Farm for Knots?
I have not worked Scary Farm. No,
I'm
I've
really
gone.
surprised. Okay.
Yeah, I've gone to Scary Farm.
Okay.
That was actually my first Knots experience was at Haunt. Oh God, how many years ago? Must have been like 2016, 2017.
Okay.
It was my first time going to Knott's Berry Farm.
Really?
Because I grew up in Burbank, so we always went to Six Flags.
Six Flags or
Makes sense.
Yeah, and I never really did any of the haunt stuff growing up. My friends didn't really do that. We went trick or treating and stuff. We made costumes, all that stuff, but we never went to the haunts except for like the home haunts. Like we used to go to Toluca Lake. And we'd go trick or treating out there because they had all the rich people had good candy. So we'd go through like they had a haunted house with like get the fake chainsaws with a chain pulled off,
full size
stuff
candy
like that.
bar. There you go.
Yeah, no, Bob Hope's house was there. So we went to Bob Hope's house. One year we got a Pez dispenser. One we got I still have it. It's a frisbee with Bob Hope's face on it. It says Happy Halloween.
That's cool.
Would he come out?
No, he was at the end of his life, but his wife was out there. His wife would be like in a wheelchair handing out stuff with their like caretaker.
That's pretty cool.
And then who else? It was my 5th grade year when we went for 5th grade. I was dressed like Ghostface. And my friend who is the reason why I do musical theater, his family is why, but they had a friend who was doing makeup for the Lion King musical as it was in LA.
That's cool.
And so they made him look like Chucky, but like with full like prosthetics, with actual staples in his face, things like that. Really cool. Scared the shit out of me when I saw him in the car. I had no idea what was happening. But we went out to Toluca Lake. It was our first time going. We walked by this house and we were looking inside the window and there was this guy getting an Elvis wig on. And we're like, what's going on? Yeah. And he's like getting dressed for a Halloween party or something. And we go, oh, that's cool. And we, so I'm going to age myself to you'll know how old I am. That was 5th grade. Buffy was still a big thing.
Okay.
This was the year 2000. So Buffy was still in everybody's mind very well. And when the door opened, it was Sarah Michelle Gellar in costume, but like it was Sarah Michelle Gellar. And we were all like our 10-year-old selves like Happy Halloween, trick or treat. And she's like, "Oh, you guys look so great." And we like got our candy, and she closed the door, and we like froze. We're like, we can't just leave.
Yeah,
Sarah Michelle Gellar. And I looked in the window. I realized that was Freddie Prinze Jr. Getting an Elvis wig on. And so we were like, well, we gotta ask for like an autograph or something, right? And we knocked on the door again. We're like, can we give our candy back if you give us an autograph? She's like, I'll give you an autograph. It's fine. And so she brought like a little notepad and she signed like a bunch of pieces of paper for like the 5 of us that were there. And we went back and his dad was like, well, you didn't get one for me? And we're like, oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry about that.
Got to come up to the door.
Yeah, but then my dad threw away that piece of paper thinking it was trash. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll never forgive him.
I had the biggest crush on her like when Buffy first came out. God, I was like 20, 21. I'm an old man. I was 21 years old. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. And I was just like, yeah.
I was more of an Elijah Dushku guy myself.
Yeah, she's cute too.
Yeah. So there's plenty of heartthrobs to like.
I have her autograph, but I didn't get to go be the one that got it. My cousin got it for me because he knew how much I was into her.
That's cool.
But still, yeah.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
That's still cool though.
I used to do security, shockingly. I did security for like almost 20 years. Like from like, I was Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse to like high-end gigs. And I used to work for this company called SEM. And I was the dude in the background on the red carpet with celebrities.
Wow.
And I would do like the Teen Choice Awards at the Santa Monica Airport and do whatever. So I did the Teen Choice Awards. And this is in 2000. I had the hugest crush on Gwen Stefani for years. Really, no doubt.
Nice.
They're performing, and I'm having the worst effing night. The worst, just getting yelled at from executives from Fox and like this is kid celebrities and like Dr. Drew from like K-Rock. He was actually nice. He was actually nice.
I was going to say that. Was going to surprise me.
He was actually nice. And like the dudes from American Pie, they were all nice. Tom Green was a weirdo. He smelled like Red Bull and vodka.
Tom Green.
He got in my face and he was giving me a hard time. And like, I'm like, dude, you're getting too close. And later on, I was like, I'm just fucking with you. But he smelled like Red Bull and vodka the entire time.
Get out of here, Freddie.
And so I was just in a bad mood. And my cousin's working with me. He's like, hey, Rick, you get a copy? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. He's like, I'll do the radio. Go ahead and switch to channel 2. So I switch over my headset. He's like, dude, I'm working the backstage area, the steps that comes off the performance stage. No Doubt's performing. Switch spots with me really quick. I'm like, I'm running through the crowd. I knock over like the dudes from American Pie Stifler. I'm like, get out of the way, Stifler. I gave him like a stiff arm, like I was playing college football still.
Trying to get the Heisman.
Yeah, I was just like, I did a bump and run. I'm like, swim technique, and so I'm running, and we're in suits. We got headpieces, and I'm like, and he high fives me. He's like, it's all you, buddy. So like I literally slid. It was like a move. I slid into the stairs. I'm like, and I'm leaning against armrests like this. Here come the band members. Hey guys, big fan. This and this and that. She had like the big pinkish. This was like the Return to Saturn album when she went to the pink hair phase.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she had a wedding dress on with like a long tail, and like she had assistants, carrying it. And each band member, hey guys, big fan, love your music. She came. I was a mumbling idiot. I couldn't say a word. And I went like this. I put my hands up. Never mind, forget it. I had the other hand on the railing, and she touched my hand. She's like, it's okay. I know what you're trying to say. And she rubbed my hand. I'm like,
oh man,
nice.
Behind her is Adrian Young, the drummer. Mm-hmm. He's in a diaper,
of course,
guy liner, and like a bow tie and a top hat, and he's flexing. He's all, hey dude, we're at the gym. I'm like, hey dude, get the fuck out of here before I kick you out of here.
You're all, and I'm back.
Yeah.
And so I'm working crowd control, and like we're trying to get everyone this VIP tent. And here comes like these 2 forklifts. I'm like, where in the fuck you guys think you're going? And I look at the equipment they're trying to bring. It says, No Doubt wardrobe. I'm like, hold on a second. I parted waves. I stopped Dr. Drew. Hold on, Dr. Drew. I stopped the line. I'm like, go ahead. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So that story was the whole point of that premise of the story is because we're talking about crushes. So yeah, I had the whole thing. And I got to meet her, which was kind of cool. So
nice.
Lucky.
Going back to Not Scary Farm.
That's right. That's what we were talking about.
What is it about Not Scary Farm, Dino, that's like so interesting? Is it the lore? Is it the mystique of like the history of Knott's? Like the whole lore of the Green Witch has been going on for years, and like the characters you see, like the Ghost Town Bride and like Otis and like the Sliders. What is it about Knott's that makes it so it stands out so much amongst the other haunts?
You named so many things that are part of that answer. Okay. I think so. I've only been to so many haunts. I went to Scary Farm was my first one. After that, I started going to Dark Harbor the year that Johnny Plague took over.
I think I was there.
Probably.
Yeah.
That was my first year going, was that year. Mm-hmm. Then eventually I went once to Universal.
Okay.
Which was, I have thoughts. But not to knock anything, but the people that run these events are incredible, and the coming up with how to do something like that at a place like a theme park or anything is amazing. And whatever feelings you have about what this haunt or that haunt, the fact that it goes up and they are successful every year is incredible, and that deserves applause as it is. Knott's feels more like a passion project. It feels more like they really care about these mazes and these stories, and they let the performers care about those stories and those characters, so they become more real. The people, especially like you were mentioning, the Ghost Town, the streets performers, people like the Bride and Otis and stuff like Bovine, things like that, where they've become part of the lore and the story of Ghost Town. But even things like in the maze, like everybody's got a role, everybody's got a character. Things that's also what attracted me to Dark Harbor, is that they had these characters in their mazes, and like you can go in there and go see Mary, you can go see the captain, things like that.
You can see the chef.
Were you the chef?
I wasn't the chef, but I was second fiddle.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. I remember that maze, so I might have seen you.
Possibly.
That's awesome. That was the last year they had it. That maze wasn't there, right? Or was still there?
2019 is when I played the chef.
2019. That was the last one.
Yep.
Oh, great. Then yeah. Oh, actually, my friend was one of the leads for the maze. Cat Fox or Cat Lopez. She might have gone.
Cat was our maze manager, I believe.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's my friend.
Sweetheart.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She got a little teary eyed my last night because I left early. Like I'm like, hey guys, I'm done. I'm gonna go work for Sinister Point a couple nights, and my cousin's home on, and she got a little teary eyed.
Oh yeah, she's great. We know each other from Disney, and since like when I started there, and I just saw her actually at Disney when I was there.
On potluck night, she brought Swedish meatballs, I think.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, so that's what I love about Knots is that it feels like you're being immersed into these stories, and every corner there's something, you know.
There's always Easter eggs in there too.
Yes, there's things hidden there. If you go many times, it always changes. And then the coolest part for me is that they don't cut the corners. So one of my biggest gripes with Universal is they take things and they do really cool scene, black hallway. Really cool scene.
It's very predictable.
Black hallway. Jump scare, flashing light, jump scare, flashing light. Over and over again, shoot you with water, do it again. You know, and there were some really cool things, like the Us Maze was the year I went. That was the year that premiered.
Yeah.
And Ghostbusters was there.
Ghostbusters was a beautiful maze, yeah.
It was beautiful. Again, it was more of that like really cool scene and then some black hallway. But Us felt better.
Yeah.
And like the actors were on it and it felt like it was part of that story. And I like that one a lot. But Knott's, every maze feels like that.
Yep.
Every maze feels like, oh, there's a beginning, middle, end to this thing. There's a story. There's characters that you can recognize from the beginning video that, oh, that's this person from that video. Oh, that's this. Oh, this is the victim. Thing like that. Like it's all fully realized. And a lot of that work is through, they used to be called talent captains. I don't think they're called that anymore.
Yeah.
But that attention to detail really rings true at Not Scary Farm. And I always tell people, like, yeah, maybe it's not the most expensive place. We don't have the same kind of backing as Universal. We don't have the cool IPs like Universal does or anything like that. But it's also going to be the coolest haunt experience you have. I will say the thing that's making it worse lately, the last couple of years, has been the guests, unfortunately.
I've noticed that.
Yeah, I feel like it's just getting rowdier and rowdier.
Of course, in my neighborhood, I'm sorry, Dino. It's the loudest neighborhood I live in, and that's going to be loud. But it's okay. It's Santa Ana. It's going to happen.
They'll be gone soon.
No, fine. But the guests did. Jeez, are they coming? Yeah, that's literally outside my apartment. There they go.
No, they're gone. They're gone.
I noticed the guests last year, and this is my theory.
Sure.
I love Knott's. Knott's I've been going since I was 16, so 91. God, I'm old. 91, 92. My most favorite recent maze was Trick or Treat. You didn't get the experience. They actually gave you a flashlight where
the lights out one.
Yeah, the lights out. So the beam would activate props. Like things would go off, like the lanterns would shake or whatever, or the fireplace flames would come out. You got to a certain part of the maze where the light would start going out on your flashlight and you'd panic and you're shaking it to turn on and you turn on to like a UV light. Last year, I noticed the different crowd. We were there opening night, me and Minji and some other people, and then me and Krista, my girlfriend, went back Halloween night. Day and night, the crowd. I want to say it's because of TikTok.
That's probably part of it, yeah.
Because as soon as Knott's had a TikTok account, it seems like every night was selling out and it was super crowded.
And I think they made it more accessible to people to be there, and as specifically the punk kids that think that it's fun to go to these events and act like an asshole and pretend to like scare people and things like that. And like that was always there. That always happened. But it was the exception, not the rule. And I feel like now it's the rule. That's everywhere you turn. There's everybody. All the kids are trying to act like that. because they think it's funny, because they see it on TikTok and they see it on from their friends on whatever they're doing. They're like, oh, that's how I'm cool. Be cool. I do that to be cool, and that spreads. And now more than ever, those things that people think, oh, that makes me cool, I better do that. That spreads faster, way more than ever, because we have the social media aspect that kids are doing. Like, I mean, you guys even further more than me, but even me, like, Facebook was a kind of a thing, like in high school, but not really. Instagram wasn't until I was in college, I think, that I really got into that, or like right at the end of my high school career.
In my era, during the Old West, the wagons, and
Back in my day,
it was MySpace. You know,
MySpace. Yeah, I used MySpace. I used Zanga, LiveJournal.
Wow, that was
LiveJournal. Wow.
Yeah. That was me growing up. That's what I had. And then Facebook in high school started to become bigger, and then Instagram in college. But
you always had the yahoos that come to the maze and they point you out. I saw you, you know, you didn't scare me, or boo, I scared you now, or I'm not, or the tough guys that want to fight. You're always going to get those. I was warned when I went to Dark Harbor to be leery. It wasn't that bad, honestly. I mean, yeah, they serve alcohol and you get some chicken walkers, but I knew, okay, don't interact with these people.
Yeah.
But there's always the people that go, there's the people that love haunt. They're like, oh my God, I cannot. Like me, I love walking down Fog Alley.
Oh,
And hearing the screams and the sliders. And I see the monsters, I'm like, hey, dude, doing a good job. And like, they appreciate it. Or because I'm like, or I give them props if they scare me. I'm like, oh, dude, I love your costume. That's me, low key. Or if it's monsters I know, they'll come up and like give me a shoulder check. I'm like, you fucker, Allison, you know.
Yeah, I do. The same thing happens to me because now that I'm a performer and I get to know them, and so a lot of my friends are the Ghost Town Streets monsters. I know them all.
Yeah.
So now, like, I walk down the street. And I'm like, oh, where's my friends? And then Bo comes down, barreling down the street, and is with this,
stilts
towering over everybody else, and that's my friend. And so I sit there, and he like loses her and like starts sniffing at me. I'm like, you want to smell, buddy? I'm okay. And like, I'll put my hand up, and he smells me and goes. And he walks away like, okay, fine, you're cool. Things like that. And or like when Forsaken Lake first started.
Dude, such a cool.
Cool. My friends a lot of them were my friends because they pulled from theater people that hadn't done haunt before that did acting in haunt, so they could do that as their first like haunt thing. It was the first night I was there, and my first night there, not the first night.
Yeah.
And one of my friends came up to Matt Schuster came up to me. Wow. And as a monk, and like started like saying stuff to me, and he was making a joke about Ghost Town Alive, and another monk saw him do that, so he came up, and then one of the Reapers came up, and then more came, and then I was surrounded by like 6 of them, just me. They were like all towering over me, and they were like chanting and doing this stuff, and I heard somebody go like walk by like, oh my God, that poor guy, and I'm just sitting there like beaming like, this is fucking great, guys. And they're like talking about taking my soul. I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't need it right now. If you want it later, like that's fine.
Two things. I had a few friends. They're monsters and knots. When they worked Halloween night, they're like, I had one friend. She's been there for close to 20 years.
Wow.
And she's off and on. And then we worked at Sinister Point, and she worked at Dark Harbor, and she ended up back in Knott's. That's her home. She said in all her years working there, she never seen so many people get ejected on one night, Halloween night, because just the randoms. They're not there for haunt. They're there. It's the cool thing to do.
It's Halloween. They're going to go party and go haunt.
Those are the people that go to Knott's before and get drunk. Don't know how to behave.
Yeah.
Second note, we were there on Halloween night. We got to see the last performance that the Street Monsters did for the Forsaken Lake, the whole march, the funeral march. When they were lining up, I could see some of them getting teary-eyed, like wiping it from their eyes. I'm like, this is, first of all, we haven't had haunt in 2 years.
Yeah.
That's your family for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
You guys work every day together. And they did the last performance at midnight. This is the last time they're going to do this, either for good or not until next year. Remember, we caught the tail end of it on opening night, you and me, remember?
Yeah.
And I told my girlfriend, check this out. They're going to do it. And they did it. And I told her, look, they're getting emotional. She's like, oh my God. Yeah, they are.
One of those, the Gravediggers, my friend, you'll see him in Ghost Town Alive, actually.
Okay.
You'll recognize the beard and everything, but
I would have killed for that part. You know?
Yeah. He's you'll see him as Tiny Mayfield in Ghost Town Alive. That show itself that was such a cool idea to do show moments, like when the Hollows came. That's another thing that Knott's does very well.
Show moments
is their streets.
Yep,
their scare zones. They had scare zones at Universal when I went, but it was like there was a kind of like a hedge mage and
last
there was like
year
something
terrible. The scare zones.
Oh really? I only went. I went that year that Ghostbusters, the first that premiered. That was the year I went, and it was like over $100, and like it was just like way too expensive. And I was like, I waited so long for all these mazes. None of them really amazed me. They were like fine. It was cool to see some great like effects and everything, but then I didn't feel like it was worth the money for me. Other people go and they love it, and that's what they want to do, and they want to see that kind of stuff. That's great, but I got spoiled by Knott's Berry Farm, where I walked through Camp Snoopy, which is now the Hollows, and I get to interact with a witch hunter who tells me, "Oh, the witches are out. We got to help me find them," and then we get to play with those ideas, and like I see a witch, like, oh great, and they have their own stories that they've created about each other. And there's this like one guy had like a piece of chalk. You had to get a piece of chalk. They would draw a circle around you, and then a witch would come over and they'd say something. It was like this nuts thing, like it just happened to stumble upon, and it just became part of that story. I think that they're leaning more towards that. Forsaken Lake was another one of those things where they were bringing more of a story and something interactive to bring to that land. Those show moments. Ghost Town is just, it's just a gauntlet. There's no real show moments for it. But
you just got to get out of there alive.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Walking through Fog Alley is nuts, and I love it.
You're right.
But they're doing more and more of stuff like that. Things like the boardwalk with the clowns and everything. Carnival. I feel like they're first of all, the clowns are already really super cool at Haunt in general. But the way that they do their clowns, they've got their own personality. They've got a name.
There was a dude with a trombone last year.
Yes,
he jumped in my face all. I'm like, was he part of a ska band? Get the hell out of here.
It was so good. I loved it so much that where they really trusted these people to do what they do. They didn't try to guide force them to be wear this mask, you're now a zombie. Like, no, it's like, no, what do you think? What do you think you want to do? And they really give them that ownership over the role, which is why they all are so fucking cool, is because a lot of them got to create their characters.
I will audition this year. If I'm going to apply, and if I'm given the privileged audition, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they need people, so I'm sure they'll let you in, especially with your experience.
So hopefully, cross my fingers. I fell in love with the Goring 20s.
Oh, Goring 20s was fucking great.
It needed a little dressing, but like towards the end of the season, the fog machines.
Yeah,
and the sliders were flying all over the place.
Mm-hmm. So with Goring 20s, the reason why I looked a little bare is because there were things they ended up having to cut at the last minute, as far as set dressing and stuff. But there was more they wanted to do. But I love that they had a live jazz band. They had
the dancers. Oh my god,
so good. And the thing that didn't get enough play was the two sides, the prohibitionists and the religious people versus the mobsters and everything,
the bootleggers.
Yeah, and it got more at the end of the season, but I think playing that up more is something they need to do this year.
Off mic, I will share with you the character I want to pitch to them for Goring 20s. I don't want to say now.
That's fine.
But have you ever been there working when you saw them building some of the mazes?
Yeah, absolutely. During, I want to say last summer they were we were getting ready to do what was the show we call it Mayfield's Right Again, and it was basically, it wasn't Ghost Town Alive, but we brought our Ghost Town Alive characters, and we had the Mayfields and then a lawman or law person, wasn't always a man. And so we did these little bits across the balconies from each other on the streets of Ghost Town.
I remember that,
yeah, it was a lot of fun. And so during rehearsals out there, we're starting to build inside. For those of you that don't know, Haunt build is a year-round thing. Like they are always doing something. There's always somebody out there doing something for Haunt all the time.
Yeah.
And so during that time, they were starting to build, towards the end of the summer especially, they were starting to build the maze inside like the Wilderness Dance Hall, which was Origins, that maze, things like that. So I've got to see pieces of the maze. The stuff in the back lot, like that stuff kind of just stays there. Like all the backstage stuff where they open up, it's normally not accessible to guests, but during haunted is where paranormal is, where
in the depths,
and all that
dark
stuff,
entities and all that.
yeah. So that's all backstage normally, and so they kind of just keep stuff there. And so I've seen pieces of sets and stuff like that, and there's warehouses of stuff. But I got to see kind of like different parts of some of the mazes being built. They don't really hide anything. Wow. To get to one of our dressing rooms, we weren't supposed to. We kind of like walked through the infected maze to get to like through. It was like a shortcut. And we're like, you shouldn't be walking through that. And we're like, okay, but like that's the quickest way to get to where we're going.
And it's pretty cool. Yeah.
And so like I'd walk by that big monster at the end like 20
cool.
times a day.
Infected was a cool maze. I missed that.
It was a great idea. I wish I got to do it in the first year. I didn't get to do it when it was Camp Snoopy.
The original.
I never got to do it that year.
Okay.
Which I'm sad because it was always like such a long wait. We're like, whatever, we'll do another time. And I was like, man, I should have just done it.
I love Pumpkin Eater. I noticed last year that they dressed up some rooms different.
Yeah, they did a little bit. Yeah,
and they did some changes here.
Yeah, the end especially. Was
Like anything that's that era, just a colonial, it's a very Sleepy Hollow vibe, and just remember when we went in last year?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yes.
I really liked Mesmer.
Mesmer was great.
Mesmer was really good. I liked the story. The theme was really good. Yeah.
Some people were like, well, and I was like, dude, it's a new year. It's gonna have its growing pains. Give it time. And it's like.
Yeah, so. What was cool about it is that they kind of give you everything you need to know in the beginning, and then you get to see these characters. You get to see what's it called? They called it fettuccine or something like that. There was like the noodle girl or something. Yeah. And I wish they had a pasta name, which was fucking great. I loved it. But things like that you get to see in the rooms and like all the voiceover stuff happening. If you like really listen, you get to hear bits and pieces of things happening.
Stories,
which actually maybe he is coming back. I don't know why I'm looking at my watch like it's going to tell me.
Is he coming back? I don't know.
Based on my watch, he's coming back.
So fun fact: a lot of if you ever see like videos inside mazes of people or like hearing voices in mazes, 9 times out of 10. They're Ghost Town Alive people.
Okay.
Because they do a lot of stuff around the park as far as like voicing and videos. So like Dark Entities, the people like on the screens, they were all Ghost Town Alive actors.
I like that base.
Yeah, I liked it too.
It reminds me of, it's supposed to be like a sci-fi movie made in 1971, but the future is 1995.
Yeah.
And it's low tech. I love that. And our friend Dan Baranowski, I think he did some of the soundscape on that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Dan was on the podcast a while ago, but he did like much of the different music and all that for the scare zones and the mazes.
Oh, okay.
I love that maze.
Yeah, I think it's great, and I love that it's always a short line because I can always get to it, and it's always like hiding in the corner. I did like Tooth Fairy too. That it
remember Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, it was good. There are very few mazes I don't like that are from the last iteration of Haunt.
Oh.
I think Waxworks is great.
Yep.
Who also the guy who plays the person who made the wax monsters is the same guy who's the Gravedigger.
Okay.
It's the same actor.
That's pretty cool.
So like things like that, we kind of like use each other and everything. It's great. Oh God, what was it? What maze am I thinking of that I think is on its last legs? And I'm trying to think of what it is.
I know Paranormal Inc. is no longer going to be
yes,
there.
That was a great maze. Yeah, and I think it was better when it first started. I do like the ending that they added. I think like bringing it back to like, oh, this is what it looked like when it was a hospital still kind of thing.
The silhouettes changed, and that's
cool. the Rancor hiding behind the curtain, which by the way. Yeah, that monster looks like a Rancor from Star Wars. Look at it again.
It does.
It looks like a Rancor from Star Wars.
Oh,
it does.
Dang.
Yeah,
I'll have to go back and watch really video now at this point.
And every time I say it, I think of the Rancor. Infected. I liked Infected, but I think it was time for it to go.
It's time to retire. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was bummed about Trick or Treat. I like that maze. That was cool.
I like the regular Trick or Treat better than Lights Out. Actually,
really? Okay.
I did. For one thing, I am a hardcore sheet ghost stan. I loved the sheet ghost in that maze more than any other part of that maze, and I know that's weird to say, but I loved walking through the room with the sheet ghosts, and they'd pop out and go boo, and like I love when in a scary environment, in a scary movie, in a scary maze, there's humor. and it like sneaks up on you and you don't expect it and it makes you laugh. That laugh is the best laugh, I think. Like, for example, The Ring. Have you all seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She's going to the cabins to find like whatever, like where it all started, and she's like talking. The guy's like she's trying to book a cabin, and he does like a card trick. He's like, pick a card, and she's like, okay, whatever. And the whole time she's in that room, he keeps trying to guess her card, and it's always wrong. And then like he goes away to like, he finally gives up kind of, and he like leaves and he goes to the other room, and she like zooms in on the tape, and he gets closer, and you hear, and he goes, hey, and she's like, and you see him, he goes, this is your card, and it wasn't, but she goes, yeah, that's my card. And like that moment, I like laughed so hard that this fucking guy is just determined to get this magic trick. Stuff like that is my favorite. I love the weird humor in the midst of like chaos and scariness, and that's why the she ghost was my favorite part of that maze.
So you probably like the chair scare in Dark Ride.
Dark Ride.
That fucker got me
got
twice.
you.
Remember?
He got you.
So fucking
I
good.
knew the chair was there, and he was laughing, and I'm all, fucking chair, you got me. And I'm all, good job. And I was like, I was mad about it.
That was my friend too. One of them was my friend.
Really?
And so one day they did that, but and he realized it was me. He was like, and he hugged me, and then he went back down.
That's hilarious. So you've never been on the log ride prior to us going on it.
Not for Scary Farm. No.
So he's never seen the Halloween Hootenanny.
That's fun.
So we went in it, and oh, dude, I blame you.
What?
So they put us two in the front of the log.
And nobody else.
Nobody else, just us two, and we're two grown men hugging each other like this.
Nice.
The log
That wasn't part of the ride. He just
wanted to hug you.
Yeah.
I would too.
The log, the first little dip that when the log hits, or was it the first drop?
Yeah.
Whatever it
It
was,
started early.
it started like out the gate. We get hit by a tidal wave, but the only thing that got wet was from like our calves down.
Shoes. Yeah.
And we were soaked, like literally, like it's nighttime. It's hot. You can see the difference in like
The gene color kind
gene
of thing?
color,
Yeah.
gene coloration. You see where it's dry and then it's soaked. I'm like, dude. I told him, dude, my shoes are soaked. My socks, like my Vans were jet black. I'm like, why is it nothing else got wet? And he's like, yeah, me too.
You want to go on again?
And so I'm like, hey, since we're here, do you want to go to Mesmer again? We're like, okay. And we went to Mesmer, then we went to Dark Ride again. But we're literally soaked from like the knee down.
Yeah.
And just because he wanted to see the Halloween Hootenanny.
I mean, it was great. I loved what they did with it. It was great.
That was
all the
fun.
hidden cats and everything.
That was pretty cool.
Have to.
If you were ever to work Knott's,
Yeah. Haunt.
excuse me, what would you do? Would you want to work streets? Would you do a maze? And if you did a maze, which one?
So I would absolutely do streets. I don't like hiding in a corner waiting to scare somebody. Like I like to play. I want to play, and I think either something like the Hollow or Goring 20s
Right.
is awesome. Yep. One of my good friends, he was, I don't know if you met him while you were there. He was like he's a shorter guy, a little bit bigger, but he had a big mustache and a hat, and he was one of the like prohibitionists. Like he didn't like any of those boozers, but he played. His name was Jonah, I think is what he said his name was. But it was he used to be one of the witch hunter's apprentice.
Okay.
In the Hollows, and so he like played on it, like he made it like a canon, like where they were like related, like in generations, kind of thing.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so he was like walking around handing out fake money sometimes and just like talking about like all these crazy kids and the sinners over there, and whenever I was around, he'd like break character a little bit. We just chat, but like stuff like that, like I like watching the play going on. I mean, it's comes from like my Ghost Tunnel Live experience, but like that's what I wanted to do. I would want to have I've actually done one haunt event thing.
Okay.
That nobody will ever know that was not there, but at Disneyland I used to work in Adventureland attractions. I worked Jungle Cruise, Indy, Tiki, Steam Trains, Big Thunder, a bunch of stuff. But during the Halloween time, some of the cast members got a good idea to make the Indiana Jones queue into a maze for cast members at night. And
That's pretty cool.
yeah. Oh my god! And so it was, very low budget because it was just us doing it. Nobody gave us money for it. Eventually, there was another group people that actually were haunters started making the Red Road Creek Challenge Trail into a haunt thing. And that was really cool too. They did a really good job with it. But ours was a little bit campy and silly, and we just put up Duvetine, black lights, unscrewed. Jesus, I'm breaking stuff. I'm sorry. I talk with my hands. I'm Italian.
I remember you saying that in the Perception Studio.
Yeah, I'm drinking everything. We just put up curtains, unscrewed light bulbs, put in black lights, and we couldn't use fog or anything, but we used lasers and music, and we tried to do a theme. The person, unfortunately, that was in charge sometimes was oh, we'll do clown theme. I was like, we've got a perfect theme that's already exists in the queue. It's a temple to the Forbidden Eye. Let's use it. They're like, oh, but clowns are scary too. And
why would you have clowns in the jungle?
Yeah. And so the things like that where it was a little bit weird, but it was still fun. It was just cast members that worked there, and then only cast members could go. And then during the last year, the second to last year, I was frustrated because we didn't have a good ending. And so I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. People are coming out, they're like, oh, that's it. I'm like, you can't end a maze like that. Any experience like that. And so I literally grabbed Duvetine curtain, wrapped it around me like a cloak. And I would just walk back and forth at the end of the maze as they were leaving. And I would just say weird shit. I was like, I don't know what to say. I was like, spare change, top ramen, spare change, top ramen. and there were people what is going on? And then they would laugh at me.
Student?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Exactly. And they would laugh at me, and then I'd turn unexpectedly. I had no makeup or anything. I just had the thing over my face. I'd turn and be like, what the heck are you laughing at? And I'm just yelling at them. And they'd jump and start laughing and leave. And then I'd go back to spare change, top ramen, spare change, top ramen.
Why top ramen?
I don't know. It just was in my heart in the moment, I guess. And so I just did it randomly. I wasn't supposed to be in the maze at all. I was just kind of helping out. And that was the part that people remembered. And so the next year, it was much bigger. We kind of advertised it. We ended up being on it's called Cast TV. It's our backstage TV channel that we promote stuff and stuff. So we got we had an hour wait to get in this maze. It was really long.
That is crazy.
Yeah. My girlfriend at the time and myself, we decided, I was like, well, let's be queue entertainment, because they're going to be waiting a long time. So we made this we kind of created this couple from I don't know what it was. I think I had a British accent or a transatlantic accent. Mm-hmm. And we were I think I called them the Dark Woods or something like that. And and the whole thing was that we were killed by, the whole idea was that everybody in the maze was murdered by something in the temple that could have killed somebody, like spikes, snakes, fire, rats, or they were killed by the guards of the temple, and stuff like that, or they looked in the eyes of Mara. So my girlfriend, my ex, she had her eyes burnt out because she looked at Mara, and then she had her tongue pulled out so she couldn't talk. I mean, they didn't see that, but that was the story, that she couldn't talk. And then I had my heart ripped out of my chest by like in Temple of Doom, and so I had literally just a fake heart that was I put fake blood on it and stuff. I had a heart and a hole in my chest and everything, and we would walk around and I'd just schmooze the people. They're like, oh yeah, so you here to oh yeah, it's very dangerous in there, but I don't know why people are so afraid of things. Here, hold this, and and just kind of talk, and that's the kind of haunt that I like. I like doing that kind of stuff.
That's great.
So you're definitely an atmospheric character.
Absolutely.
I'm not a jump scare anymore. Well, I could do it.
Yeah.
Half the time I'm laughing when I'm doing it, but I think I'm more of an atmospheric character.
Yeah. I think it's more fun. It changes it up, and I think there's not enough of that in the haunt world. There should be more of that, because jump scares are great and they're good for getting a quick scare, moving on, which is what they're looking for in these places that are trying to make money. They want to get people through these mazes really quickly. But the people that love haunt, what we love about haunt is the stories, it's the interaction, it's the immersion, and that's what you get from those atmospheric characters. You get that 2 minutes of time where you get to be part of that story.
Did you ever make it to Delusion last year?
I did not go to Delusion.
Oh my God!
I met what's his face, the owner of it.
I have a poster he signed.
Oh my God, I can't remember his name.
I forget his name too. Yeah. That blew my mind. I did not want to leave. The girlfriend's like, "Hey, we gotta go."
Yeah.
I was like, "No, I want to dance to Glenn Miller more. Have cocktails. Yeah. Let's hang out." That was the coolest fucking thing.
I wanted to go to those, and Fix It Productions, the Creep LA stuff.
Yeah.
I met him too, Justin Fix. I wanted to go to those, but they were always like a little bit out of my price range for things. And like the one that was at the mansion, the creepy lady did it, they like rented out a whole mansion, Hollywood mansion. It was like $100 and something for a ticket, and we were already doing Knott's, and we were already doing like Dark Harbor. And I was like, I don't make enough money to do this shit. Like I want to, but I can't afford it. So I want to do more of that, like, because I love immersive entertainment and I want to do it more. And I think this next Halloween, I might sacrifice other things so that I can go do those cool things, because my girlfriend now also loves that stuff. Like haunt is fine, she gets scared a lot easier than I do, but she's also very fascinated by the immersive entertainment, so I want to do more of that.
I always started Haunt Savings Fund right before the summer starts. Just
Smart.
Parking, food, tickets. I always I love the hayride. I go every year.
I just went to that for the first time last year. The last 20 whatever, they just had it.
Last year wasn't the normal location,
Right.
but this year they're going back to Griffith Park.
Oh, cool. I mean, it was in Griffith Park.
It
was just a different
the zoo.
location.
Yeah, it wasn't by the zoo. I've been going since 2013, and they have like the traditional mazes, and they're like Midway has people you can interact with.
Yeah, and you're wearing a Monty Revolta shirt, and I freaking love that act. So I fell in love. Like, that's all I wanted to do was just watch every one of his sets. I still talk about it. I still talk about how great it was, how well crafted it was.
Yeah, it was good.
I found out that you can hire Monty Revolta to do like weddings and parties and stuff on his website, and I was like, fuck, I was like, babe, are we gonna hire Monty Revolta for our wedding? Like no, we're not gonna do a Halloween themed wedding, otherwise that would have been fucking awesome. But
you're like, no, that was a period, not a question mark.
Yes, right. That was what whoever decided to hire Monty Revolta for that show he's such a good. The thing he does, I don't know if you've ever seen his last set of the night.
Maybe
it's where he brings out the urn.
Yeah.
He for those of you gotta Google it, but he brings out an urn at the end of the night, and they're singing what did they sing? What we'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when. Yeah, exactly. So he's singing that song. He's like, they bring out an urn. He's like, oh, a moment of silence for those that passed before. And he's holding up this urn. He's like, we remember you with respect. And oh shit! And he drops the urn, and it spills everywhere. And then he's like, oh man! And they bring out a dirt devil, and they start vacuuming up.
That's terrible.
And
awesome.
And then he's like, well, hold on, and he puts some in his pocket. He's like, well, maybe it was somebody we remember, we knew. So he puts stuff in his pocket, and he just makes it worse. And then this girl, the zombie girl that's in his show, brings out a fucking like a lawn leaf blower and starts blowing the sand out into the crowd. He's like, oh no! They wrestle over it and like kicks it. It's phenomenal. That's show. Great. So well crafted.
His costuming, like, he put some thought into his costume.
Oh yeah.
It'd be nice if the man answered my question on Instagram. He left me all red. That's he's cool.
He's a busy guy.
Yeah, he busts my balls when I run into him. He gave me props on the podcast at the Spooky Swamp Meet in 2020 or 2021.
Nice.
He's like, hey, good job on the podcast. I'm like, holy shit, my crappy podcast. He's, hey, maybe I'll come on one day. It blew my mind. Like,
yeah?
Wow, Monty listens to the shitty fucking podcast. I was like, wow.
Guess it's not so shitty, man.
Yeah, man, I've only been doing it for 3 years now, I only spent a couple grand on this equipment, but
it's nice equipment.
Thanks, man. Do you plan on attending any of the events this year, like Midsummer or just like Monster Palooza?
Midsummer, I haven't bought tickets to.
Okay.
I had tickets for the one that got canceled. I think was it canceled, or I was going to
postponed.
Postponed. Yeah.
Your tickets should be good.
Yeah, they're still good.
I think I got a refund though. I don't think I have tickets. I think I asked for a refund.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But yeah, I'd like it. I don't know if we're also moving right now. So we're going to be moving in the next month or two. So we're saving money for that because I have a very cheap apartment and we're not trying not to move into a cheap apartment. So I need to make sure that I'm saving money for that. So my con budget is minimal. For now, I only got to go to WonderCon because they were doing a panel with Perception, so we got industry passes. So,
okay, that's cool.
But I do like Midsummer. I went the last year they had it, 2019. I went that year. That was my first year going to that. It was awesome.
Right, had a blast.
And then I went to Awaken the Spirits, which is cool because I like the artists, I like the vendors, and that's kind of really what I want to do. Yeah. So I'd like to go to Midsummer. We talked about it, but I don't know. I have bought tickets yet. If they even have tickets still, I don't know.
Yeah, with everything going on, it's like 2 different Ren fairs, Monster Palooza, which I'm supposed to do some monster makeup.
Nice.
And then Midsummer, Son of Monster Palooza, and then just drive-in movies and this and that. I'm like, we got to kind of narrow it down to what we want to do. So, what are you looking forward to haunt season this year?
So what am I looking forward to?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Definitely Knott's, obviously.
I'm mostly going to go to Knott's. I think I want to go back to LA Haunted Hayride, especially if they're going back to the other location. I really had a blast. There was a much more minimal event from what I hear than it used to be.
Yeah.
But even just that event, like Monty Revolta alone, for me, worth a ticket.
Worth it, big time.
And then we also had friends to those mazes and stuff, so it was nice to like go through and I'm like, oh, I know you, and it was fun. And I'm down to go again. We got like from Awaken the Spirits, I think we got like cheaper tickets or something. We got like $25 tickets or something like that, or $25.
I love getting the rib pokes and the mazes and in the midway at Hayride, because everyone I worked with at Dark Harbor was there.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, oh god, dude, who is that? I'm like, you motherfucker, you're lucky I like you. Like,
that's nice.
Yeah, but I had a blast. I really hope they go back to the original location by the zoo. The midway, it's like a carnival. It's just weird, and it's just hay bells and pumpkins and red lights and fog. Then the actual hayride goes into the park, and they use the facades from the zoo. Oh, that's so fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, that's cool. That sounds awesome.
I had a blast. Where can people find Perception Studios?
Studio,
excuse me.
Singular Studio. Yeah. You can find Perception Studio on twitch.tv/Perception Studio, where almost all of our shows go up there. I think we might have one show still on YouTube Live, but we're pretty much bringing everything back to Twitch right now.
Okay.
So twitch.tv/Perception Studio. You can find them on Instagram at Percept Studio on Instagram, and Twitter, I believe, is also Percept Studio, because Perception Studio was taken. So they had to do Percept Studio.
Okay.
But those places, you can get all the information that you need. We have a Discord server, discord.rollforhotness.com.
I actually just signed up recently.
Yeah. For those of you on Discord and want to be part of the community. But yeah, we're always looking for new things to do. We've been really stretching our legs as far as doing different RPG systems. We had a Morkborg's campaign, Kids on Bikes. We did oh gosh, what did we do recently too? They did another. Monster Care Squad was another one they just just finished. So if you're into tabletop RPGs and not even just D&D, watch Perception, because we got a lot going on. And then you can catch my show where it's not D&D, but it's a talk show on. It's Thursday mornings right now for actually just this Thursday is going to be our last one on Thursdays.
Got it.
At 9 a.m. Pacific at twitch.tv/Perception Studio, and then starting May 1st, it'll be Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific.
Perfect.
Same channel.
Where can we find you, Dino?
You can find me on Instagram, dino.r.battaglia. As I say it that way so you can spell it. It's BATTAGLIA. That's my Instagram is really all. I mean, I don't post a lot, but I post. If you want to talk to me, I'm there. And then find me at Knott's Berry Farm until they kick me out. And eventually, actually, I'll be also performing at the Pirates Dinner Adventure.
Nice.
Eventually, I haven't been trained yet, but eventually I'll be there.
Please let me know when you're finally.
Sure.
Okay,
That's cool.
Because I've been wanting to take my girlfriend. So
yeah. I'll be sliding in as McGee.
Okay.
The first mate.
That's fucking cool.
But yeah, so I do various things here and there. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see what I do.
One more thing, you have $100 handle.
Oh, what?
Your name? It's Dino Rosario.
Rosario is my
that
middle name.
That's like $100. It's $100 handle means you have a fancy name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's. I was like,
that's
wow.
my grandfather's name actually.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, Dino Rosario Battaglia.
That's a cool name. Cool fucking
That
name.
is a cool
Not to dumb it down, but yeah, that's a cool fucking name.
Yeah, I like it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Like I said in the past, every episode I always put this descriptions in the podcast description where they can find Perception Studio, where they can find you, Twitch and all that, YouTube. It's always going to be in there so the listeners can find you.
Sure.
I think we're at that point in the show where, and the listeners, who've been listening for a while, they know what I'm about to do.
Thank you.
This is the part of the show where I ask you a fantasy question.
Right. Yes.
And yours, sir. And after that, we're going to let you go.
Oh, you're good.
A time portal opens up at your apartment.
Oh, great.
Why would it be a time portal? Never mind. Not this one. You have the opportunity.
Forget the time portal. It's
forget
gone.
the- forget-
opened up.
forget
You
the
didn't
time
jump
portal
in.
opens
You
up.
missed your chance to
Yeah.
jump in, and it's gone now.
Well, because normally I paint a portrait, someone could go back and do something. In this scenario,
okay.
Dino's given an opportunity.
Just imagine you're sitting there on your bed. A time portal opens up. You stare
And then-
at it for a little bit.
Mid bite for my breakfast sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh shit! No.
They're like, no, never mind. Your approach to write your own campaign and module of any role-playing game.
Okay.
Of a role-playing game, just like D&D. What do you create and why? Would it be something classic like first or second edition? Would it be something like Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, like the World of Greyhawk, Forgotten Realms? Do we completely step out of the world in D&D, go into like Cyberpunk or like Vampire the Masquerade? What do you do?
So, oh man. So I don't think I would go with the classic D&D stuff. I don't think I would go with like medieval type of feel. I think, oh man.
It could be whatever. It could be a hybrid. It could do. It's your.
I kind of like the idea of a rock band on an adventure.
Okay.
I think that's the kind of setting I would do, where like you could pick a genre, like it doesn't have to be. You could pick a ska band, you could do punk, whatever,
Okay.
and like the stats would be different depending on what the kind of band is like, and what your instrument is. Like
Okay.
if you're a horn player and guitar player, are you the lead guitar, rhythm guitar, stuff like that. I don't know if this exists, by the way. If it does, I'm sorry. But I like that idea. I don't know. It just came into me right now. But thinking about ska music, like I just like the idea of like a ska, like just like a ska band on the road, and then like
Okay.
something happens, and you got to like take like all you got is your wits and your instruments, and you just got to figure that shit out. And then maybe you're blessed by like the power of some rock deity, and you get to use, like, depending on what character and race and everything, your instrument is your class kind of thing. So
Okay.
if you're the saxophone player gets like some kind of special ability with that and stuff like that. And as far as the system is concerned, I would probably do very rules light. As far as like rolling and things like that, I might use a different system, maybe not even dice.
Okay.
With instruments, I don't know how I would do that. I mean, obviously, I'm not doing this right now. But yeah, I think I like that idea of like a band on the run, or
That's kinda cool.
Yeah.
Which is a song. You could definitely be that band. But
if I played this game,
yeah.
I already know what I would do.
Oh,
Do it.
really?
I would play the bagpipes,
Fuck yes.
and my name would be Keith McGregor.
God.
Keith McGregor.
McGregor.
I love
For
it.
fuck's sake.
All right, Keith.
This is
You've
the
had one
character I'm
too
working
many.
on.
Oh, is that the character?
He's going to be a halfling fighter
Ooh,
that's very Scott influenced. And Clan McGregor is actually a Scotch whiskey in real life.
Oh yeah.
So Keith McGregor is a fighter. So the McGregors are known to fight, and they're known to be distillers as well. So he's going to incorporate this whiskey into his fighting. So yeah. So
One of the characters in the campaign right now for Saladin's Legacy in the Rookies of Rimtown is Kegs McCafferty.
Kegs
Love that name.
And he's a brewmaster, but he's also oh gosh, what is he? He's a ranger.
Okay.
But he uses like a maul, and the maul is actually a beer stein.
That's pretty cool.
And he's like all about like he like takes samples of things to make brews with later. But he's also like a horizon walker, so he can like fucking teleport. He's a weird ass character, and I love him to death. It's played by this guy named Steve shit, I got a last name. I'm sorry, Steve, I forgot your last name. But we're having him on the show on May 1st, actually. So
Cool, right on.
but yeah, he's the way he plays. It's like one of those things where he like leans into that accent. And he's all about drinking, and he's like, take a swig out of the mall. ball and then I hit him with it.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, you're feeling perfectly in the mic.
I've been watching YouTube videos on the proper Scottish accent and pronunciations and everything. And so yeah, I'm prepping for this character introduction to our campaign. So
Some homework.
Exciting.
Well, Dino, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure, dude. I like to bring people on if I find they're interesting, and I like to bring light to what they do, and hopefully this brings traction to like a business, to your creative outlets, to your streams and everything. Because I've said 100 times, this is never about me. This is always about the people I bring on.
Sure. Yeah.
And I would like to bring on people that I find interesting and deserve that spotlight.
Yeah, I love that. I'm all about that.
Menji, where can we find you?
Yeah.
Me, I'm also on Instagram. It seems like that's just with people of our generation. That's kind of, we've gravitated
Instagram.
towards the Instagram.
Twitter.
You can find me anywhere on the internet at Anamenji. Usually just Instagram, Twitch. I stream Saturday mornings with Menji.
Now, if someone wanted to hire you for your VO services,
You also go to www.anamenji.com.
And you can find my demo reels there. You can contact me, and if you'd like to hire whatever this is that I'm doing right now, perfect. You can hire me there.
Also, I'd like to thank VamFangs.com, official sponsor of the podcast. You can find them on Instagram at VamFangsOfficial. I think that's it. Episode 27, and that's a wrap.
Yeah.
All right, guys, appreciate it. We didn't drop an oh my in this episode.
I was literally going like I should sneak it in oh my, but you beat me to it.
Well, go ahead. You already ruined it.
Oh my.
That's actually Menji doing George Takei. So
I love it.
I ruined it. Sorry. So,
It's fine.
all right, guys, appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thanks.
The Creepcast, hosted by Rick Creeper 11. You've once again barely escaped the clutches of the Creepcast with Rick Creeper. Next time, you may not be so lucky. To find out more about the Creepcast and Rick Creeper, follow Rick on Instagram at RickCreeper11. Until next time, be sure to keep that lantern light burning. You never know